I'm still moving shit around. Welcome to Two Punk to Be a Podcast. Podcast is not a podcast. It's just our bonus content for you, the members of the Punk Hardcore Crossover Grid Facebook group. Doing it again. This time it's on. We're back to music, damn it. No more wrestling talk for a while. But it was
Yay.
a fun detour. It was a fun, I had a great time with it. But we're getting back to the music where we belong, man.
Yeah. Our
We're doing it.
rightful throne.
We're doing it in a big way. Joining me, of course, the McCartney to my Lennon, the Lennon to my McCartney, the fucking founding father, Jose Gonzalez.
Hello. Cheers to
Yeah.
you, Kenny.
Cheers,
Glad to be
sir.
here as
Uh,
always.
man. And Lou will be stopping in later. The
Yes.
Walrus will be here eventually.
The walrus. Yeah.
We'll get to that. And Eddie may join us. No, I'm just kidding. That's an inside joke and nobody needs to know. Wow, so much to get to. I want to start with where we're going to start at. Let's start with a quick shout out to our guy Owen, who's in a part of the Rock and Metal Combat family. He reached out and said he listens. So if
Yeah,
that is
man.
indeed true, it's very cool. We appreciate that. You can check out his YouTube stuff at the Downfall Network on YouTube. I'll throw a description thingy link in the description below.
And subscribe to the Downfall Network, damn it. I mean, go
Yeah,
support. Show your
and and
support.
and us too, motherfuckers.
Yes. And
But
thank you, Owen, on my for my behalf, because I told Kenny to say
yeah,
thank you. But if you see
yeah,
this, thank you for your support and
yeah,
glad to have you on, man. Whenever you feel like it, you're welcome aboard. So
yeah, man. Maybe I'll have everybody come along both ways.
absolutely.
And I'm always like self-conscious, and I always feel like nobody ever listens to this shit. So it means more than you think to know that someone actually listens to this
Oh,
shit.
trust me, there's a couple people listening. A
It's
couple
very
people
nice
on
to
my little
know. I always
list.
feel like I'm doing this for nothing. So it's always nice to know someone's actually out there. So thanks, man. That means a
Thank you,
lot.
Owen. Yeah,
Appreciate you, sir. All righty
definitely.
then. Let's oh, by the way, he did a great retrospective on MF Doom. The shit's fantastic.
I was watching a little earlier.
They do a
I
lot of
meant to
cool
write.
retrospectives on that whole channel. It's fantastic. Good stuff.
They do.
I was subscribed to them long before he even messaged me. So that was cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, today we will be doing mostly history and discography of the Beatles. We do history and discography every now and then. It's where we basically tell you the whole story of a band by going through every album individually, one by one, and at the end we rank them the way we think anyway, and by
Yes,
our
sir.
favorites. So that's what we're going to be doing later when Lou joins us.
Yes.
But
Our
first, we got to kill a little more time
experiences.
until he does.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about big news that happened today. A couple of news items before we get to all that. The big one that
Yeah.
happened that shook the world, it seems, man, is the passing of Brent Hinds of Mastodon.
Of Mastodon. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
That is
That
that's a
shocked the
blow,
hell out
man.
of me.
You know, I'm not gonna you know how I am, guys. I'm never gonna pretend I'm a fan now. I
Of
wasn't a
course
fan
not.
before. I'm not gonna pretend I am now. And I'm not even gonna lie to you. He's kind of one of the reasons I never was. He's just
I don't
rubbed me
blame
the
you.
wrong way, that guy.
I don't blame you.
But I
Yeah.
could separate that from the music, and I could say they're massively talented people overall. The band is massively talented, and there's a guy I work with, Jake. What's up, Jake? He's not listening. He listens to Mastodon a lot, and I'll be passing by and a song will be on. I'm like, man, what is that? That's good, you know. And he's like, oh, it's Mastodon. I'm like, motherfucker. All right, they got a
Real
good
quick,
song, fine,
you
but
either love or hate his vocals, but I was just gonna ask you, Kenny, as a guitar player, what do you think of his guitars?
again, they're great musicians, all of them. I just whatever it
Yeah.
is, the collective, I just kind of find boring.
I see.
That's just me. I just kind of always found them boring. Nothing
Yeah.
horrible. I
Yeah.
just kind of yawn. But it's you know me. I'm the least proggy guy on earth.
That's the thing. You're not much of a prog guy. You either love or hate
No,
prog. So
you
that
know.
kind of yeah.
But I respect them. I mad respect to them musically and instrumental wise. They are all fantastic. He was as well. Massively talented dude.
He just left the
Um,
band too. Again, rest
right.
in peace, Brent Hinds. He left in
Right.
March and we're in August, end of August, and
Wow.
this just happened out of nowhere. I read about what happened and yeah, man, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
So yeah, they had a pretty ugly split between the two. He
Yeah.
was very vocally and publicly, saying bad things about the band. I don't know if the band ever responded. To be honest, I didn't notice. I don't follow them that much. I don't know if you saw.
They really didn't. I didn't see anything, but it was an ugly split, and this just goes to show you the point with this is life is so short, man. Just tell each other you love one another
Yeah.
every time you see, friends and family.
Yeah.
Like I
Oh,
love the shit out of Ken. I don't tell him all the time, but I'm
absolutely.
gonna tell him now after what happened today.
Absolutely,
Never
man.
tomorrow's not certain.
I actually
So
tell y'all that all the time. I always say, "Hey, I love you
of
guys."
course you do in different ways, and I
So,
appreciate each and every
but
way. But coming from me
yeah.
now, I'm telling you on camera and live.
Oh.
I love this show and I love Ken more than he'll ever realize. So
Absolutely, man. We do this shit for real, you know. And the point I think I wanted to make, because when I first saw this story, I think a lot of people kind of had the same reaction, because you see this ugly split and he's just saying all this crazy stuff, and he seems kind of unhinged. And the first thing you think when you see this story of this, because he died in a motorcycle accident, is
yeah,
like, man, dude's just out of control, man. Like he lost his stuff in complete meltdown. And I think it's not fair. And I want that to be understood, that that's not what happened. This was not his fault in any kind of way. This accident was not
no,
his fault. And
he
I
got
think
hit.
that narrative needs to be dropped if there is any.
Yep,
It's not quite clickbait, but they're not quite telling you everything in the headlines. You know what I'm
yep,
saying? They kind of
that
let you
part.
kind of believe that at first.
Mm-hmm.
But I went read the whole article, and he was just I don't know if he was out of light or in motion or not, but one way or another, someone didn't yield and just hit him. Could happen to
Yeah,
anybody, anytime, anywhere.
yep,
Could happen to anybody. Just happened to happen to him, and it just happened to be after all this crazy stuff he has been doing and saying.
yeah.
But I don't think it's fair to look at him like that was his fault or something. And I feel like that's important to make note of.
And I don't know how it is in Louisiana. I think it's like this anywhere, but here in Chicago, man, the drivers are awful. There's a lot of awful drivers on the road who don't yield, who don't use their blinkers, who don't stop. They do the California roll and just go on their way. I've seen many of bikers get hit,
Yeah. Oh
let alone
yeah.
people
Yeah.
on their motorcycle and stuff. It's dangerous out there, man. Dude
Yeah.
was like 51, I think, which
Yeah.
is awfully young.
Right. Right. 51. And yeah, and the opposite of that, I do see a lot of motorcycle people doing crazy shit, and it's like they gonna
Exactly.
get hit. I don't want to hear it,
Oh yeah.
Like, come on,
Oh
guys,
yeah.
you know what you're on, man. Like your first wreck could be your last on a motorcycle, guys.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
mean, it's not like a car. You get in a fender bender, it's like, oh well, you kick it and you curse and you move on. But like, if
Right.
somebody hits you on a motorbike, your first accident could be the last. Like that's
Right.
just, it could be minor, dude. I know a dude that had a flat tire and got drugged down a bridge, and that was like he just had a flat tire and almost died.
Crazy.
You know what I mean?
Crazy.
So it's
Yeah.
it's tough shit, dude. You got to be careful out there. But
Crazy. Yeah. And like you said, we're not propagating the fact whether or not it was his fault. It wasn't his fault. We're
it
not saying
definitely
it
was
was his
not.
fault.
No.
It definitely wasn't. It's just an extremely unfortunate circumstance that cost him his life. And whatever's going to happen from here on out, we'll see. But it just came out of nowhere, in my opinion, anyway.
Right.
Because I didn't hear anything about it until you said it. And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. Apparently, this happened last night or Wednesday night. You know, the 20th, as we are recording now.
Yeah.
It happened Wednesday night in Atlanta, Georgia,
Yeah. Because they're from Atlanta.
and we're just hearing about it today when I shared it to you guys, probably around lunchtime ish, maybe. It became a pretty big story everywhere.
Uh huh.
And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. And like I said, the first thing I thought too was like, wow, this dude's nuts, man. Like, what was he doing?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and that's not fair. That's absolutely not what happened. It wasn't his fault. And that's, maybe I am the only asshole thinking that way, but I saw
No,
some comments. So,
I would have thought the same thing because that's your first assumption, right? People on
yeah,
bikes, they do crazy shit, but
he's a wild dude, man.
he's a wild dude, yeah, but he was just riding on his bike,
No,
just
yeah,
going on his merry way,
right.
and this
Somebody didn't pay
happens.
attention. So that's
Yeah,
a,
this happens.
it's a sad thing.
Yeah.
It's a sad thing that the band that yeah, I feel like he was probably the main part of, he was out of that legacy, and that's
Yeah.
never going to have closure now. I'm sure the band's fucked up, and
Oh, they are, yeah.
they
Now
put
it
out a
becomes
statement as
what if,
well, and
What if we just bury the hatchet? What if we just said this to each other? What if we just this happened? Lots of different things.
it's highly unfortunate. No,
That's why it's important to tell your loved ones you love them and always bury the hatchet if you can. Whether you have
yeah,
to be the bigger man, the bigger person, just reach out to someone.
to an extent.
Yeah.
uh,
If it gets out of line,
yeah,
if there's a way to fix it, fix it. Keep the peace because you don't want to live with that personally. You
Indeed.
don't.
So
Now the band has to live with it, and it sucks
does suck.
because it's so sudden. Your life literally got his life literally got taken from him, and he
Yeah.
was just on his way to somewhere.
Yeah. It's
His
wild.
family or who knows,
It's
right?
wild. It's wild.
Yeah.
So
So rest
R.I.P.
in
to
peace,
Brent
Brent.
Hinds. Yeah, indeed.
Definitely, yeah. And condolences to the guys in Mastodon. I'm a big fan of the band personally. I love
Yeah.
Bron Taylor. He's one of my favorite drummers in the world today. Just magnificent, magnificent musicians, like you said. But I like all eras. So yeah, condolences to the band, his family, his loved ones. Rest in peace.
Yeah. I
Terrible,
was I was
awful.
gonna let you speak more to that on their musical side because I don't really listen to them.
No, definitely. I mean, I've seen them at Ozfest. I've seen
Oh,
them.
nice.
They
I'm
always
sure
come to
live they'd be
Chicago.
badass.
Oh, live, they're fantastic. Early on, I was just gonna say that
Motherfucker.
Braun wasn't a vocalist. It was usually Brent Hinds or the
Right.
other guy. I forget his name, but it was
Right.
only two guys. And then when Crack the Sky came out, it turns out, holy shit, the drummer can actually sing, and he's actually the best singer in the band too, which is funny. And if you ever seen him play live or on YouTube, go watch. I urge you guys to go watch and play on YouTube. The way he stays on beat and just sings from the top of his lungs is crazy.
Hmm.
I respect that shit because it's
Yeah.
so hard when you have to keep a beat and not distract, the rest of your bandmates. Guitar players, bassists, singers alike. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough, but yeah. Mad condolences, rest in peace, Brent. That's all I had to say.
There it is. Mastodon. All right. Well, oddly enough, we picked today of all days to talk about the Beatles, and that's what we'll be doing soon. But we also got Beatles news. A
Yeah,
band, a band that hasn't been around in 50, 60 years is dropping a new release on us the day we decide to talk about them. So how fucking cool is that?
exactly. Excellent, man. Excellent.
So what
60 years after Beatlemania hit our country, the US, where we're
yeah,
at,
yeah.
you know, the, timeless. You hear that word often, but this band, no matter what, there's a generation exposed to their music for the very first time. And I think that release will be this generation's exposure first time to this band.
Maybe it's fair.
Yeah. I mean, what can you say about the Beatles that hasn't been said? I mean, for me, The Clash is my favorite band, but the greatest band, spoiler alert, that has ever existed is the
Right.
Beatles.
Right.
The greatest band ever.
Yeah.
The biggest band ever.
Right.
Nobody even comes close. Nobody will
Most
ever come
most influential by every stretch.
Exactly. Kenny made the distinction in the past many times about favorites versus greatest. My
Right.
favorite is The Clash, but the
Right.
Beatles are the greatest
Yeah.
band.
Yeah. They're not my favorite, but they are the greatest band ever.
Yeah. They're definitely one of my, as I get older, they become one of my favorites, but
I'll get this rant out the way now while we're here too.
yeah,
Like, I always hear people say like they're overrated. Like, don't say you're gonna
not
sound
at
you're gonna
all.
you're gonna sound ignorant saying that. That's factually incorrect. You can say I hate the Beatles. That's fine. You can say, I think they suck. That's fine. You can say you don't like them. That makes sense. I understand that. I'll accept that. It makes sense. You can do that. But if you
Yeah.
tell me they're overrated, now you sound stupid because they're the single most influential band ever to fucking exist. They they have influenced the concept of modern music. If
Of an
you
album.
like a band, if you like boy bands, if you like anything, if the Beatles started it,
Yep.
like they the concept of a band having individual characters and stuff, like they invented fucking everything. So
Exactly.
there's no way for them to be overrated. It's not a thing.
Yep. Like my beloved Black Sabbath, we just lost Ozzy, but he had the Beatles to thank for that. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
he started that.
There'd be nothing without them. Nothing.
Oh, and now I always push back against that too because eventually
In
it
a
would have
way.
gotten there. Somebody
In
would
a
have
way.
gotten
Yeah.
there someday. They just happen to be the ones that do it, so we got to give it to
Right.
them.
It
You know, we
catapulted that
music would have
faster.
gotten there eventually, as I will point out in some point or another when we get there. There was another
Sure.
band that came up with the concept of the album too, and they
Oh,
kind of
yeah,
had a
yeah.
little back and forth about it. And there's
Hmm.
that. So it would have gotten there. We'd have got there.
Slowly but surely, but
But the Beatles are the ones that did it. So
yeah.
fuck it. That's you got to give it to them. They are the
And
greatest band
27
ever.
number ones. 27 number ones.
Right. And in a way, when you're at the beginning of something like that, it's easy to break every boundary because no boundary's been broken, but you still got to give it to them. They did it. you know?
And to think they were all done before they even turned 30.
Yeah.
We're not even 30 yet before they once they called it a day.
I will I will
It's
make a
fucking
point in a life altering moment in all these notes I have for them. I will
it's
point out how old they are at the time, and
it's
it's mind blowing.
insanity, man.
it's mind blowing.
Insanity.
We'll
Yeah.
get there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But let's get to the Beatles news first that I promised. Now that I'm done ranting.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Okay. So the anthologies are getting reissued. I think
Yep.
we can say again
Again. Yeah.
because they have been reissued before. Uh, so I kind of looked up stuff as best as I could. So on October 14th,
Mm-hmm.
there's going to be an anthology book. I
Oh, I
looked up the
saw that.
pre-orders for that. It's like $46, like a $50 book, so it better be nice. And maybe I might do it. I don't know.
It's going to be, yeah, all the pictures and all that good stuff.
Yeah. So you are
Yeah,
getting
it's
an anthology book reissue. There's that. And then November 21st is where the actual anthology music part gets reissued. So we're talking
yeah.
vinyl, CDs, digital streams, all that good
Yeah.
stuff. The 12 vinyl record set is like $400.
It's
Um,
25 bucks an album, I think, right?
yeah,
Somewhere around
I
there.
didn't do the math. I should have. There's like one. It's called You Discover or something like that. They're like 375. That's the
More like
cheapest one you'll get.
30-ish bucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right around the
So
standard.
12 records is a lot though.
Do you know if that'll be limited or is that like a widely available
I don't know.
box? I'm thinking this might be,
I'm
I
sure
don't think it'll
there's.
be,
I
I'm
don't think
sure it'll
it's
be,
limited, but I'm sure there's somewhat of a number.
the records will go out fast.
yeah,
Someone
it'll
will,
probably sell out.
it will sell out for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. The CD version, which is 8 CDs, is $119.98.
Which is, it's okay actually. It's close to 15 bucks a
yeah,
CD,
probably
which is,
a CD price.
yeah, average, the going rate.
I don't
I'll,
know. Now these are saying reissues. I don't know if there's anything extras added to this stuff. If there's more, I mean, how can you add more to what the anthologies are? I'm not sure.
yeah, because there's a
But
lot of good takes, a lot of good live stuff, and just alternate takes from their many hits. Their many songs. I'm assuming there's gonna be some extra stuff. We'll see what happens, but they'll throw in a curveball too.
yeah, I don't know about the records or stuff. I don't know if there's more stuff on it than what was released before with the anthology, or they're just reissuing. I've seen something that
I
being
think the
referred to anthology
packaging,
4 or something, so I don't know.
the packaging will definitely sell itself, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
So there's that. And really cool part I'm excited for, and we all should be excited for. If you have the Disney app and stuff, if you're a subscriber to Disney Plus, just like a couple of years ago on Thanksgiving night, they gave us the Get Back documentary and stuff. That was some years ago. They're dropping this on Thanksgiving Day also. So November 26th, Thanksgiving Day, you get the first 3 episodes of Anthology, and they're gonna be putting some extra stuff on there where it's from 1994, 1995 when Ringo and Paul and George was still alive. Then they all had got together and was working on the anthology stuff when it was getting released the
Yeah,
first time. They
yeah,
have
yeah,
like
yeah.
footage and stuff from that, like of them actually working on it
Oh, that's
together.
awesome.
So that's going to
Yeah.
be really cool. We'll be getting to see all that stuff. So that's added to that. There's going to be 9 episodes, and you get the first 3 Thanksgiving Day. I don't know how they release from there. So there you go.
There's
I'll be
gotta
listening
be a
to
lot
everything
of
on Amazon Music.
there's a lot of stuff in the vault that they haven't even scratched the surface on, I think.
Can't wait.
There's so much. I'm looking forward to it.
So that's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, very awesome.
Yeah, that's the part I was mentioning there. I was trying to see if there's anything else in the notes here I missed. I don't think there is.
We'll touch on Get Back much later, but it is part of the discussion. Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, definitely that's gonna be
Definitely.
towards the
Yeah.
end of
That's
everything
gonna be towards the end for sure.
where you're
There's lots to
talking.
unpack just on that,
Yeah.
let
So
alone the entire band's history.
yeah, right, right. This is
Which
probably
there's a
gonna be
lot.
a 2-parter thing.
Yeah.
We're probably gonna break this up a bit and
Hmm.
maybe do
Aim to
two
cover the
recording
first half at the very
sessions.
least. We'll
Yeah,
see.
we're gonna see how far we get.
Exactly. So if you're listening on, where you listen to your favorite podcast, or if you're watching on YouTube, just know we'll uncover as much as we can. So please follow along and
Yes, follow along. And as you can
let
tell,
us
we're
know how you got into the
stalling.
Beatles.
I'm not
No.
stalling.
So while we're let's not stall. So let me ask you, Kenny, since you probably have more history, how did you get started on the
Let's
Beatles?
do
What
that.
was your first
Let's
exposure?
do how did we get into the Beatles?
What was your first exposure?
I'm not gonna lie, mine's not super exciting.
Doesn't matter. What was it?
I listened to a fuck ton of music, and eventually you get to the Beatles.
Okay.
You know, like I started with, like I was telling you, I started with my mom's Chuck Berry cassette I found, and I moved on to Ozzy. I bought Speak of the Devil, and from there I grew up with a brother who listened to nothing but death metal, so I listened to nothing but death
That's
metal.
fantastic.
And eventually it's like you can't, there's no way you're going to avoid hearing about the Beatles, and it's like,
Exactly.
oh, the Beatles, the Beatles, the Beatles. I'm like, fine, I'll check out the fucking Beatles, I guess. And the first album I got was Sergeant Pepper, because
Okay.
that's the one everybody talks about as the masterpiece, right? So I'll
Right.
buy Sergeant Pepper, and I brought it home. And it's quirky and weird, and
It's very weird.
it's not death metal, but I loved it, man. I really thought it was cool, and it made me check out, and it made me go to the early rock and roll stuff. And hey, again, my intro to everything was Chuck Berry, so of course I love what they're doing there.
The true
And
king of rock and roll.
that's right. And that's the thing. Like my mom didn't really like Elvis and the Beatles because she was in that era, and she didn't really like him
Right.
because she's like, if I'm gonna listen to fucking Lucille, I'm gonna listen to Chuck Berry, I'm gonna listen to Little
Exactly.
Richard, give me Fats
Right.
Domino, give me the real shit. Like she's
Oh, I
like,
love
she said
fats.
her sister and all of them, their
Yeah.
sisters and all just love the Beatles and stuff. And Elvis, she's like, fuck them, they're covering the shit. I want the real thing. She listened to real rock.
Right.
You know what I mean? She's like, nah, dude. She's like, I love Chuck Berry and Fats Domino, Little Richard. Like, give me all the real stuff. I want rock and roll. I want the people that are actually doing it.
Oh
She was
yeah.
real on that shit.
Right.
So and now there's a difference. I think Elvis kind of stole it, whereas the Beatles, I think, were paying homage and always gave credit to the people that they got it from.
Well,
You
they've
know,
always been open about black
right,
music being
right. Whereas Elvis kind of just pretended it was his. So there's a difference there. But my mom didn't really see that difference being in the 50s and shit. She didn't care. She's like, nah, fuck them. I want to listen to the real
and he
thing.
secretly hated black people, but we're not gonna get into that.
Well,
That outside of Elvis.
yeah,
Fuck
So
Elvis Presley.
but my mom liked real rock and roll, and so that was kind of my thing. And so yeah, I love the old rock and roll era of the Beatles, and we'll get there. And I started with
Yeah.
Sergeant Pepper and moved around and listened to everything eventually. Don't have any profound moments or real life changing fucking songs at certain people or anything. I listened to everything all the time, and eventually got to the Beatles.
Now, did you go forward from that point, or did you go back and forth?
Back and forth, probably.
You
I
went back and forth.
probably, and knowing me and being obsessive, I probably just started from the beginning and went in order from there.
You progressed to yeah.
I was like, well, I
That's
started
the
with
only way to
Sergeant
do it.
Pepper because that's the album everyone says, and I'm gonna go back to the early stuff, and then I'm gonna work my way back, and then I'm listening to the later stuff, and probably jump to the White Album pretty quick because that's another one. I read the Bogolosi, my Manson stuff, so of course I'll listen to Helter Skelter and the White Album and
Right,
stuff. And,
exactly.
you know,
Number
everybody's
nine.
intros from there in
Number
the '90s,
nine.
but
Our little inside joke, we do this all the time. Number nine, number nine, number nine.
every countdown episode we've ever done is like number nine.
It's always number nine, number nine. Every time we rank our top, whatever, it's number nine.
That's right. You got to do it. So,
But you could tell from the beginning that they were just special.
oh,
They just
absolutely,
had it,
absolutely,
even from early on. They just,
absolutely.
and they kept that momentum to the end.
Like I said, I did say earlier, like, somebody was going to do it eventually, but at the same time, like the guys that did it, like you couldn't pick a better group of guys to do it. They were
Yeah.
all so special and such great songwriters. And like a
Yep.
lot of people, other people were doing it at the same time too. But man, did they have it like that? Nah,
Yeah.
they weren't as good as
And
the
I'll
Beatles
say it
were.
myself as a guy who was born in Europe, who now considers himself a full-fledged American, because I've been here most of my life. We'll get into what the Beatles mean to America because
Oh,
I
definitely. I
understand
got
it
a big
when
life
we get
changing
to it.
moment. Yeah,
Yeah,
culturally changed
we'll
America.
touch back
Absolutely.
on that later on
Yes,
because the Beatles in America meant everything.
they very,
Yo,
very culturally changed America.
yes, they needed America needed the Beatles. I'll say that to
Absolutely.
preface things.
Huge moment in America.
Absolutely. But man, that's awesome.
Yeah, let's hear
My
your how you got in the Beatles.
my first exposure, I'll never forget it. It was Halloween, the week of Halloween. I was watching SpongeBob. I had the old black cable box. I don't know if you had these in Louisiana when I was a kid. This was like
Oh,
2000.
absolutely.
Yeah, free pay-per-view HBO, all that good
Yeah,
stuff, right?
baby. The Black Box.
Yeah, SpongeBob was done, so I flip over to HBO and I get hit with "She Loves You," yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the commercial for the Beatles One, which came out in November, and I fell in fucking love. I've said it before on the Facebook page. I've said it on my own Facebook. "She Loves You" by the Beatles. Even though I was into Pantera by this point, I had been to Ozfest. I've seen Black Sabbath. I'm into metal at this point. I'm 10 years old, and the Beatles made me fall in love with music. Like not just metal, rock and roll, whatever you want to call it. I'm talking music.
Right. And that's what Chuck
That's
Berry did for me.
that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it all. I wanted to learn how to mix, how to produce, how to play guitar. That didn't work out. I wanted to learn how to sing. I can't sing for shit. Wanted to learn how to play bass, couldn't do it. Drums came later in my life, in my teens, but that's for another day. Saw that, fell in love, and just I begged my mom that year to give me the Beatles One. My parents, I should say, my mom and dad, Beatles One for Christmas. I got it that year, wore the hell out of it. I still have my original copy that they ordered through the commercial. 1-800 payments of like had to have been like nine. I don't know how much
That's
money,
wild.
but
Yeah, that's
it
weird.
was great.
Shouldn't have been that much.
All their number ones are on it, basically. That's why it's
Yes.
called the
Did you
Beatles
get the
One.
DVD too? Did it have the DVD?
I got that later. I
It didn't
got
have
that
the
later, but I
DVD in
do
it?
have it. I don't
No,
remember
because
actually. I
I
think they
got a
just had one.
double. The ones collection I got
Oh,
is a
you're right.
double.
You're
It's
right. You're right.
it's
It did
got
have the
the
DVD.
CD of the music and it's got the DVD of like a video for every one of those songs.
It did have the DVD. So I might have bought it twice because I wore the DVD. Like I said, I wore the whole thing out.
Okay.
I saw the DVD and I
Yeah.
listened to the album
Fantastic.
in the car. Literally, man, it's just a perfect compilation. I'm not much of a compilations guy, but with the Beatles, I gotta
Oh
have it.
yeah.
The Beatles one
Ones
is
is fantastic.
one is amazing. I got it for Christmas when it was brand new. That compilation means everything to me. It's all their number
Oh
ones,
yeah.
27 songs.
Love it.
She Loves You, From Me to You, All You Need Is Love, Strawberry Fields Forever,
Yep.
Let It Be, you name it.
Yep.
Hey Jude, oh my God.
And like I said, the DVD that comes with it is so cool because you get at one point, eventually you get to the part where everything's in color and like you see all these
Yeah,
colors and like the Sergeant Pepper stuff
yeah.
and all, and you get to see them for real. And it's like, wow.
And watching the progression, like we said earlier, from their younger days into their later, towards the end of their careers as a band, just seeing those outfits and those colors come to life is like, wow. They have facial hair. Like I said, I was 10 years old. I didn't know
Yeah,
that was a
right.
possibility, right? So
Sure.
I was like, man, these guys are everything. But my eye always was on Paul McCartney. Everyone loves John. Everyone loves Paul. Some people love George. We all love Ringo. Shout
Yes.
out to Ringo as well. But
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. But yeah, Paul's always been my guy. She Loves You
Yep.
means the world to me. It's one of my favorite songs, not just by the Beatles, but ever
Ooh,
in all of music. It just means the world to me.
that's
So
good.
that's the song that made me fall in love with music
Wow.
and that album. Thank you to the Beatles one.
It's so good. Yes, it's so good.
Ah, man. Came out in November too. I think it was like a month later or 3 weeks after Halloween came out. But I got it for Christmas. It
Hell yeah.
was such a great feeling. I got that in a PS2 for Christmas, if I
Oh
remember
shit.
correctly.
Nice. That's a good day.
That was a great year, to
It's
say the very least.
a good day.
Because you could
Fuck
play
yeah,
the
bro.
DVDs on the PlayStation 2. So I was
That's
like, oh, I
true.
can watch
Right.
it now.
Yeah, now you can watch the
Yes,
videos.
exactly. Oh man. Those were good times, man,
Hey,
back
I
then.
probably nowadays watch that video more than anything just to watch all the videos of it, but
It's so good. Yeah, the music videos, they're
it's
fantastic. I
a
just
beautiful thing to see.
anything the Beatles, I will watch.
Oh
Doesn't
yeah.
matter what it is.
Oh yeah.
It could just be little clips. I'll watch them because I love this band so much.
Yeah, they're so
They transcend
fascinating,
music.
man. Yeah, totally.
They transcend music.
They were the most popular people on the planet. And, it's just so fascinating to see them at all. Like you see the things where people are yelling at Paul, like, "What did you eat for breakfast?" It's like he's like, I don't know.
I don't know. Oh man, but yeah, great,
I don't
great
remember.
times, man. Everyone wanted to be
I
John or
don't
Paul.
remember.
Speaking of the devil,
Speaking of
so
which,
with
yo,
with us today we have Luis. Hi, Luis.
Hey guys, what's up?
he is the
Hey, man,
Eggman.
glad
He
to
is the
have you
Walrus.
on.
He is Luis. Goo
The
goo
Walrus.
goo. How are you,
You are.
Lou?
No, the walrus was Paul.
That's right. The Walrus is
Oh, that's
Paul.
right.
I'm John.
Have another truth for y'all. The Walrus is Paul.
The Walrus
I'm the
was
nowhere
Paul.
man. If anything, I'm the nowhere man. I think Jose's the walrus. I love that song though, dude.
It's a great
Oh
one.
Oh,
man, yeah. Walrus is great, but Nowhere Man. We'll get to that much later. Oh, I got a
That's
goo
lot to
goo
say about that.
goo.
goo
Oh,
goo goo.
goo 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 goo. Goo 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 goo. Yeah, I
All
had to wear the
right.
Sergeant Pepper hat. It's not
Very
matching
good.
with the
Dude,
shirt, but it
I've
doesn't
got
matter.
a hypocrisy. I'm doing death metal today, but it's okay.
I
I
wish
got
I had a
a clean
hypocrisy
shirt
one.
on.
That's a nice hat, by the way, Kenny.
Oh yeah. It's got
It's
the
got the most recent album,
yeah,
right?
the artwork for the
Great
album.
stuff.
Sick.
No such thing as bad hypocrisy. It's all good.
Best shirt
Yeah,
ever. Yeah.
yeah, leeway.
R.I.P. Eddie. You know what I'm saying?
R.I.P. Eddie Sutton, exactly. And Luis has a Queen shirt, which I'm also a Queen fan. I saw that.
Queen's cool. Yeah, we saw the Queen. Queen's good.
So
Love.
for anyone who's
Oh,
listening on
dude, you know
Spotify,
what? I got a that shirt at my job. We got like a
I
bag of
have that
rags.
shirt too.
We got a bag of rags, and I pulled that shirt out of a bag of rags like the other day.
That's
Oh,
wild.
nice.
Swear to God. I was like,
That's
"Whoa, that's
wild.
cool as
Classic
shit." I
logo.
kept it. It's at work.
For anyone who's
Freddie
listening
and
on
the boys.
Spotify and doesn't watch the YouTube version, Luis just showed us some of his vinyls, his copies of 66 to 70, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And the 62 to 66.
Oh, yeah. There you go. There you go. That's
Yeah. And you also
classic.
showed us Beatles 65, which is one
Oh,
of
that's
the
beautiful.
American versions,
Oh, that is that the No, that's
right?
not the one. That's not yesterday and today, is it? No,
No, that was before, I think.
that's not the one they
Yeah,
covered the butcher cover with, right? No.
No, that's
no,
different.
that's Mr.
Beatles
Oh, that's
65.
Moonlight.
the one with the case on it. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yep.
It,
Yeah, but yeah,
it,
65. I got you. That's
I
good.
feel
yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Oh, great
Um,
song.
I'll follow the sun. I love
Oh,
that one.
oh,
No
Love it.
reply.
oh.
Love it.
No
And
reply.
everybody's trying to be my baby.
Hey, yeah,
That's a good one.
that
That's a
song
good one.
came up,
Oh
and
my
I'm like,
god.
is that today? Is that today's version of back then? They didn't want me. Now I'm hot. Hose all on
Yeah,
me.
Pretty much. Yeah. They were the OGs with that one.
Who?
that's true. Mike Jones.
It's the 1950s version of that.
They were still tipping in the 60s.
Oh yeah.
That's what that song is, man.
Oh man, that's a great song, man. For
Carl
anyone who's
Perkins
ever
cover.
Oh, Carl Perkins.
Yep, that's a cover song.
Great song, man. Their covers are great, but we'll get into that momentarily.
For some reason,
So
George covered two Carl Perkins songs on that album.
exactly. Act Naturally was one of them, which is
We don't
great.
know
I
why.
love that. I love that
That's
love
album.
that
something
naturally.
else. That's Ringo doing
Oh, that's Ringo. Never
Buck
mind.
Owens or Buck Rogers. I can't remember which
Buck
one.
Rogers, yeah.
We'll get
But
there.
we were just talking about our exposure to the Beatles, so we're going to
Yeah.
pose the question on to Luis, who is
Yes.
always our frequent collaborator, a
Yeah.
good friend of ours. Luis, how did you get into the Beatles? What was your first exposure?
Yeah, man. For me, it's from that one album, that number one album with the orange and the yellow. Buddy of mine, we used to have sleepovers, and he would always fall asleep to either Queen or the Beatles. And when I went to go look at the Beatles one, I noticed it was that album, and I was like, "Whoa, what's this?" And he was showing me it, and he showed me his favorite song, "Ticket to Ride."
Mm.
And yeah, I mean, at the time, growing up, because of my age, a lot of my Beatles exposure is mostly, through social media and other forms of media, growing up in the 90s and the 2000s.
Oh, yeah.
By that, I mean like commercials, movies. And I didn't even know it was them, you know? They
Yeah.
had such a great sound that it's like, until you know them for sure, now it's like, whoa. And everybody was trying to sound like them too, right? So,
Yeah. They're so universal. It doesn't matter what walk of life you come from. It's the Beatles. It's universal.
Yep.
definitely.
It's a language everyone speaks. That's the
Oh,
point we
yeah.
made earlier for
Yeah,
sure.
including the fact that they did Beatles songs in different languages to
Exactly.
reach Germany and
German to
Spain
start
and
off, right?
yeah.
Besame mucho.
Yeah.
Besame
Be-
mucho.
I
Yeah.
was gonna ask you, Jose. I didn't know they spoke Spanish. I mean, it's only 3 words, but
Yeah. Besame mucho. Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. So those are
oh
cool.
my god.
No, but the Beatles one, yeah, that was my exposure. Like you, Luis, I saw that commercial
Yeah,
and
what
it
what an
changed my.
impactful little compilation. That's amazing.
Oh my God, it's got everything you want, even though they got so many songs, right? But the collection of songs
Yeah.
on that album is so
Do you
strong.
remember, Luis, if your friend had the DVD that came with it?
You know what? He might have. I don't know.
Because mine
Maybe.
have it, mine has it. Mine might be a reissue from later, but mine has a DVD of like every a video for every song that's on it.
Oh, you know what? You probably have a reissue unless they
Probably
did it in
so.
VHS. Because when I was a kid, it was still
That's
VHS.
true. There wouldn't have been no fucking DVDs back then.
Yeah, not until
Huh?
like early
In 2000, there
2000s, right?
were.
Yeah,
In
there should have
2000,
been.
there were, because Twister came out in 95, didn't it?
Who knows?
Twister was
Anyway,
the first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a couple. I think it came with one because
plow on.
it was like a two CD thing. Because I have an original. I
I was
still
just
have my
wondering.
copy from back then.
For sure.
I'd say if you have not seen the DVD that goes with the one compilation, man, please seek it out. It's I don't know if you can, but it's amazing. It's like you
Luis,
said, it's just a video for every song that's on it.
I
It's
was
awesome.
telling Kenny,
Gotta
man,
add it to my list for sure.
Beautiful.
what a perfect timing to get
Thanks,
into the
Ken.
Beatles. Because that year I got that CD, thankfully, and I got a PS2 for Christmas because the PS2 came out that year.
It's
Yeah.
And I could watch the DVD
a
and
good
play the
day.
music.
Yeah.
It was a great year.
What was your first game, Jose? Mine was Van Helsing.
Oh my God, mine was Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex.
I love
I
those.
love
Crash
that game,
Bandicoot.
man. Crash
PlayStation,
Bandicoot.
baby. I
I
had the
had the old
mix.
I had the old PS1, man. Crash
Me
Bandicoot worked
too.
as one of my favorite games of all
Oh,
time.
dude, I had the Crash Bash, the
Y'all
Crash
don't want to know my
Bandicoot,
first
I
video
loved
Crash
it.
Team
game.
Racing.
Crash
Oh
Team
man,
Racing. Oh my God. Yeah,
Um,
forget it.
all
I
the
have,
cheat codes.
Amazing.
bruh.
Amazing.
My first video game
Whoa.
Yeah.
was when
Love it.
was Mario with Super NES. Well, no, regular NES when it came out, like the first
Yep.
NES.
My uncle had that when I was a
Wow.
kid.
Yeah, that was
First
my
video game
first
ever.
game. I got it when it came out. I got NES when it came out. That was my first game.
Yeah,
I'm
the
that
first
Yeah.
old.
games I ever played were Super Mario 64 and Super Mario
Oh
World on
no,
Super
dude, I was
Nintendo.
playing regular old Mario, bro.
Yeah, and Super
Yeah.
Nintendo.
And
Yeah.
jumping on turtles and shit.
Yeah. Oh, I love Turtles in Time. Great game. Love that
Anyway,
shit.
all right. So let's
But anyway, yeah.
back on task. We got a shitload to do, and we'll never
We
get
got
there
a
this
shitload
way.
to do. So you want to kick the word off to Luis to start off with
All right.
the
So we calling this. We've done this with several bands, but what I
yeah,
like to
for
call
sure.
history and discography. We kind of tell the story and the history of a band, and we do it through going through every album and everything that happens along the way as the albums come out. We talk about it and talk about the
Yep.
albums, favorite song from each album. At the end, we rank all the albums, all that good stuff. Have a lot of fun with it. This is going to take a while, two parters probably, but we're going to go as far as we can. And so we're going to start it with history, though, the history part of history and discography. And we're going to kick it to Luis because he's a lot smarter than me and Jose. And he has some
Exactly.
history stuff as far as the Quarrymen era, which is really
Exactly.
cool. So I'm going to kick it to him because I'd like to learn that myself. I know a little bit, but that's what you got, Luis.
Same.
Thanks, Ken. I do my best. I don't know if I'm smarter, but I try, you know. So like you mentioned, the Quarrymen. So I gotta take you guys all back to 1956 to a young John Lennon in Liverpool, and him and his buddies from Quarry Bank High School. That's why they called themselves the Quarrymen. It was Hanton, Griffiths, Gary, Shotton, and Davis, if I'm not mistaken, there that played with John at the time, and they were mostly doing what they called, I believe it was skeet rock, skeetle rock,
Skiffle?
skiffle rock. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, it's all good.
So
Skeet
skiffle
skeet.
rock is what they originally intended to play, and somewhere along the way, John, his mom, Julia, taught him how to play the banjo.
Yep.
And she taught him and his friends how to do the strings on their guitars like that too, and just basic chords, and they took it from there. But John was really into the harder paced rock at the time,
Yeah.
and the rest of the guys were like, "Whoa," So somewhere along the way, Paul and him meet,
Wow.
and he joins the Quarrymen. They're the original two. and Paul is the one who tries to recruit George, who's too young at the time, according to John, because he was like a year or two younger than him, and
He was
he
the
was
youngest guy
too.
in the Beatles.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Hmm.
and eventually. John accepts him after listening to him play that raunchy song. Um,
Yeah. Because Paul knew how to tune a guitar. That's why.
yeah,
Right. Hmm.
yeah. And so, you know, John got Paul in got George, and then George gets Ringo in later on towards after Pete Best gets replaced as the drummer, right, in Germany,
Hmm.
right before they kick it off in Germany. But before that, before Ringo joins, it's them three, and like I mentioned, they end up the other fellas, Hanton, Griffiths, Gary, Shotton, and Davis. They end up moving away from the band because they wanted to stay on skiffle,
Yeah.
and so they end up becoming Johnny and the Moonlegs, right? Uh,
Hmm.
Page three, which is just the initials of their first names, John, Paul, and George,
Right.
and you know they're three, and then Long John and the Silver Beetles. That is
Hmm.
what they were originally,
Yeah.
and I'm sure you fellows already know this, but they get their name, the Beatles, from Buddy Holly's The Crickets, the double
Yeah.
meaning,
Right.
the
Was a
double
big
meaning.
influence on him.
Yeah.
Major.
Yep, you'll notice. You two already know this, but for our listeners who don't, or found our video and are very interested in hearing more about the Beatles from us, um, they got Buddy Holly, Chuck Berry, Elvis, Little Richard, right? Just to name a few of the people
Hmm.
that they were inspired to play their music and cover their songs, right?
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Yep. Yep.
And for me, the early Quarrymen stuff, I loved "In Spite of All the Danger"
I like that one.
and "That'll Be the Day."
Oh yeah.
Um, and you guys might probably, I don't know if you guys knew this, but "Hello, Little Girl" was originally a poem that John had written, but Paul ended up helping him add music to it, and they, you
Okay.
know, ended up writing. That was probably the first song that they wrote together, from what I've
Hmm.
learned. Yeah,
That's fantastic.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because Paul had a thing for melody, so usually whoever wrote the song sang it, right? So in this case would have been John,
For the
I would
most
Yeah,
part.
imagine.
For the
For the
most
most part,
part.
yeah. Yeah.
and they both knew guitar, right? Yeah,
They both knew
Yeah,
guitar, yeah.
I know Paul was originally a guitar player, but when you get good guitar players, you end up getting moved to bass. I
Yeah,
yeah,
don't know
because
nothing about that.
even though George was so young, they were like so impressed, so they put him on lead right away, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And then
George was, yeah, he was very talented on the
yeah.
guitar.
Yeah.
Right.
And
That's the
special
only
mention
that's how
to
he got
special
in
mention
because
to
John thought he was younger, right? So he
yep,
was impressed.
yep.
Yeah.
And special mention to Stuart Sutcliffe, right? Before Pete Best.
Yes,
He was
Stuart
in the band for a
Sutcliffe.
little minute.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
won he wound up passing away really young, right? And he was like 21. He died of something. That's what I had in my notes. He died. He found a girl basically, and he settled down, but he passed away at 21. I think he had like pneumonia or some crazy, which at the time
hmm,
was a big deal because medicine wasn't so advanced like it is today, right? So life expectancy was much short. That's what I had in my notes for Stuart Sutcliffe, and then Pete Best came in to replace him briefly
and I
before
think that
Ringo.
apparently Pete's aunt or his mom, one of the two, owned the club that they played
Pete's mom,
at
I
one
think,
point.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Mrs.
Hmm.
Best. I forgot her first name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mrs. Best is what I put her down as.
Hmm.
And that's how they found they had a contest I wrote. There was like a battle of the bands type deal, and then that's how they discovered Ringo's band, right? Who they won the contest, the Quarrymen, the Silver
Yeah.
Beatles,
Right.
Hmm.
and then Ringo's band came in second, and that's how he came on board. Do you have that written down, Luis?
I did not.
No? Okay,
But
so
I do recall that that's how they met Ringo after they replaced Pete with him right before they make it big in Germany.
yep. I also wrote down that Brian Epstein,
Yeah.
a little guy known as Brian Epstein, who is a major prominent figure in the Beatles,
Hmm.
was in attendance and wanted to help get them a record deal, and he was in attendance and basically, I guess he put the word out to Decca. They rejected him. Columbia did as well. and so did Phillips at the time, and one other label, and then their last resort was EMI, who took them in.
Yeah, that'll
And George,
happen here in a minute. We'll get to that after the first
yeah, we'll
album
get to
here.
that in a
I
second.
got
But
that
yeah,
pulled up, but yeah.
gotcha. Yeah, but there was a condition in that, which I think you might have written down, Kenny, with Stuart Sutcliffe and Ringo. Basically, they wanted Ringo in. They wanted Pete Best, excuse me. They wanted him out.
Yeah.
Yep, which that was a
Okay.
condition. But that's what I have for Quarrymen. I don't know if you wanted to add anything else, Luis.
Oh, you mentioned Epstein, so I also wanted to mention George Martin because
Right.
both of those two were also known as the fifth Beatle, right?
Right.
At
Yeah,
one point or another,
and
people
another guy
started
who we'll
calling
get
him.
into way
Yeah.
later.
So what I got here is it says Epstein was like a music store manager, and he had kind of noticed him, and he went up to him and got him to like audition and stuff, and that's when he kind of brought him to EMI with George Martin in like 61, 62, something like that.
Yeah,
Good years.
I
Indeed.
guess one of the first openly gay. Well, not even openly gay, right? He was gay at the time, but I guess only the
Yeah.
band knew because you couldn't say that in public.
Right.
You
It
would
would
get
definitely
killed.
be something he struggles with a lot later when
Yeah,
things, change.
for sure, for sure. But next point, Kenny, you wanted to make, or you had something on your notes
I
before we
think
touch
that's it.
on?
Just that I was gonna go into the album parts of all this from there,
Okay,
but
go
whenever
on.
y'all are good, I'll let y'all finish everything from there for sure. So
No,
that's all great
basically
stuff.
that
Fantastic opening, by the way. That was
that's
great.
it. They boot out Pete Best, and then Ringo comes in, and that's how the Beatles are born, and the rest is
Right.
history. So,
There you go. Beautiful.
Luis, do you have anything else?
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna say, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, as I mentioned, John's mom Julia taught them how to do things. His aunt Mimi bought him a guitar. Um, his mom would not be alive. I think she would pass right before their big show, right?
Yeah, she got
So,
hit by a drunk driver crossing the street,
yeah,
hmm
car accident. Yeah.
which kind of impacted John in a way, which we'll get into shortly.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It definitely impacts the songwriting.
Definitely.
Yep.
But yeah, Kenny, go on to the first point you wanted to make.
No, I'm just saying we'll launch into albums whenever
We're
y'all are
good.
ready. But
Good.
fantastic from both of
Good,
y'all. Is
man.
awesome. Good stuff. I'm not
Thanks.
really super familiar with the early part of all that. I just know the music. I
Luis mentioned the songs. I know those songs and the history before that.
have
I
not listened
vague.
to a lot of that really, except for what was on Anthology. Probably.
It's good. It's
I
good.
know
So
I know there's some on Anthology.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to thank you guys on here for having me go back to that because in doing so, I found out that in 1994, the original guys, Hanton, Griffiths, Gary, Shotton, and Davis, they got back together.
Oh wow!
And they, yeah,
Oh, I
yeah,
did not know that.
yeah, they got back together. I gotta go. I gotta put their albums on my list because they made three other albums after
Really?
that. Yeah, yeah, it was the songs that we knew, Get Back Together,
Okay.
um,
Very nice.
and the Gray album in 2012. That was the last
Wow.
one.
Oh wow, I'm gonna
Um,
write that down actually.
I will have to go
yeah, no,
listen to those.
Yeah, I gotta go
I'm
listen to
gonna.
that.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
And it's under the Quarrymen.
Yes, it's under the Quarrymen.
Oh,
I
that's
believe
awesome.
they're putting a space in between the Quarry
Gotcha.
and
Yeah.
men. Yeah,
Gotcha.
Okay.
I believe that's how they're doing it because
Hmm.
originally I've seen it written, the Quarrymen all
Right.
together.
Yeah, it's one
Yeah,
word. Yeah.
Quarrymen. One word.
What I love because obviously I'll get into it more later with this too, but John's my favorite, and they were together with him. And there's a song, I believe there's a song in one of their albums that they pay tribute to the one that got made them, put them together. And it's John.
Right. Oh
So
yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
I'm
Quarrymen,
like,
the Quarrymen, and essentially the Beatles was John's band. Like John
yeah,
founded
Yeah.
all that. It's
Yeah.
John's band. And when I went through the first time and really like paid attention to everything and like really listened to the whole discography, like wow, it's so heavy on John stuff, because it was his band. It really was.
yeah,
Yeah.
Until
He
later,
was
where Paul steps in a lot more. But it did the
definitely.
Beatles, and it was all this. It was John. This is John's band, man.
yeah, his vision.
Yeah. Oh, dude, and his mom. I mean, I know he was inspired a lot by Elvis. They in the Nowhere Boy movie that I wanted you guys to check out.
I need to watch
I
that.
wrote that
I
down.
didn't get
I
to
wrote
answer
that
you. I
down.
saw you ask. I did not get to see it, but I
I
want
wrote
to.
that
I want
down.
to watch that.
Yeah,
Aaron,
me
you
too.
probably know who this guy is. Aaron Taylor Johnson. He's
Heard the
playing
name.
a young. Well, just to name a few big of his hits. You got Avengers: Age of Ultron. He's
Oh, okay.
Quicksilver. He
Okay.
was in
Yeah, yeah.
Godzilla,
Okay.
and most recently he did that Craven movie.
Okay.
Anyway, when he
Mm.
was super young, I guess the woman he's
Right.
married to, his wife, is director, and she did like a little project called Nowhere Boy based on John's life, and
Right.
they interviewed Cynthia, his first wife, and I
Yeah.
believe I want to say a couple of the guys in the band too. Um, but I know they got good sources, and in the movie he says he's hanging out with his mom, and he says, why couldn't God make me Elvis? And his mom says, because he was saving you for John Lennon.
Yeah.
And I wanted to
Mm.
share that with you guys because that one always stood out for me. you
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah. I'm
amazing.
gonna write that down. I gotta watch that.
Now I
Like
gotta
Kenny
watch
said.
that too. I did not
Me
get to
too.
see it. I
I'll
remember when
definitely
it was
check out the
premiering.
Quarryman once we're done with this, but yeah, for sure. I
All
gotta listen
right.
to that.
For
That's a
sure.
good pull, Louise. I didn't even write that down. That wasn't even in my
Yeah,
radar.
no, not at all. I forgot all about that fucking movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
no,
was
I
an
got
awesome
super
one.
excited because
Good
that
stuff.
they made that movie when I was in college, and I wrote my paper and in my music class about the Beatles and specifically John Lennon too. When I decided to make him my favorite, there's a whole personal thing around that why I made him my favorite, not just because of his talents that are obvious,
Yeah,
but also just the relationship he had with his mom and his aunt. I can relate to that.
Yeah.
You know,
totally, man.
so,
That's why I
Yeah.
love
Our
yeah.
having you on here,
absence.
Luis. See, Luis is good at bringing that pop culture shit I forget about. Like, it's so cool,
Yeah.
man.
Luis is well versed in a lot of stuff, man.
I
I've
forget
known him
about
for
that
years
kind of
and
shit. I just listen to music all the time. I don't fucking
yeah,
remember
Luis
all that.
Luis knows his stuff, man. You'd
Good
be
stuff.
surprised. You'd be surprised. That's
Love
why,
it. Good stuff. Fantastic.
yeah, full
Thanks,
credit
guys.
to
I
Luis.
appreciate you guys having me on here.
No, thank you for putting me
Always
onto
a good
something.
time.
So I
Great
definitely gotta write that
contributions.
down.
Great contributions.
Yep,
Thanks for
absolutely.
helping me find it with the,
Yeah, you're welcome.
having me do
You
the
helped
work.
us on the contrary, man. We didn't even know this.
No, I forgot about that movie. I wanted to
Yeah,
watch it when it came out, then I completely forgot it existed.
totally.
All right, so let's do some albums, man. This is
Let's do it.
called let's do the discography part of history and discography. So we start off with the first album in 1963. Parlophone Records, Please Please Me.
Please,
Uh
please me.
yeah. You can go, whoever wants it, you can go.
Yeah, please, please me. Released in 1963. So we're doing the UK albums to start off with.
Yeah, I'm gonna
The
try
the
that.
the UK. Yeah, we're doing the UK albums. So follow along with us if not, because I know in America there's different ones. I think with the Beatles was the first one technically, then Beatles 65. Then Hard
Okay.
Day's Night is kind of bear with us, but
Yeah,
yeah.
then I was definitely
Ple-
going UK then.
yeah, Please Please Me released in 1963. I mean, this is their debut. What a way to kick it off. I mean,
Whew.
these guys were around 21, 22 years old at this time. Young.
Yeah.
This is the best Beatles, man. But man, they came in hot. They came in hot, man. Starts off with I Saw Her Standing There. It's an all-time classic, man.
That would be my favorite from the album.
Yeah, okay.
That's my
Sure.
favorite pick.
Not a bad
Saw her
pick.
standing. Opening lyric may be a little questionable these days, but
Oh yeah,
still
well
my
she
favorite
was
song. Still my favorite song on the record. What a fucking song, dude. Oh,
yeah.
what a hook.
Paul McCartney
God.
on
And
vocals.
look, it's them doing Little Richard. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's just a Little Richard song.
yeah,
Not a cover,
basically.
but it's them doing Little Richard. But goddamn, is it good? Oh,
Yeah,
that's it hits, dude.
literally.
Love it.
Young adults writing original songs. There's some covers on here too, but I mean, Misery's pretty cool. Chains. I guess if I had to pick a favorite, it would definitely be. I mean, the title track for me
Yeah.
is the Lennon and McCartney trade off.
Yeah. They we don't get a lot of
Never.
those over time, and they're
Yeah,
special.
you don't get a lot of those over time. So early on, if you can get them, get on them quick
Special.
because yeah, they're super special. And Love Me Do, of course.
Yeah.
Love Me Do is just is perfect. And shout out to some of the singles around this time. She Loves You was one of them. And I
Right.
think From Me to You I had written down as well, which didn't make it on this album on the UK pressing, but they definitely got released as singles in America. and they definitely made it to some.
Every time I
Amer-
see "Do You Want to Know a Secret," I think of
yeah,
the clip that George God damn it, that John's like, "Do you want to see a penis?"
no, and
Every time
I
I
also
see that, it makes me think of that. I cut out, dude. Every time.
I had written
I'm a
down maybe
child. I'm
it's
sorry.
no, it's okay. I had written down
Nothing
chain.
wrong with that, brother. Stay young.
It's so funny. Yeah, have
I
y'all
had
heard
written
that thing?
down.
It's an actual thing. It's like an outtake from John Lennon. It's funny.
I remember hearing that somewhere. You yeah.
Every time I hear or see "Do You Want to Know a Secret," I just go there. It's so funny.
Yeah,
But
definitely my
anyway, I'm sorry.
weakest song on the album, but it's still okay. I mean, I
The week
change is fun.
boys is an awful song.
Boys is yeah, boys is well, I didn't want
I
to
don't
mention
like
that one,
this
but
one. I don't
A
like
Taste
I
it.
of Honey is pretty cool. There's a place, and of course, Twist and Shout, which was first made famous by the Isley Brothers in around 1957. I had written
Yeah,
down, and then the Beatles made it, a global phenomenon in
great song.
1963. Jesus Christ, yeah, phenomenal. John Lennon with the flu, fun fact, but he still kills it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
George and Paul on the background vocals. Oh man, perfect song. Yeah, that's my take on Please Please Me. So I'll hand it over to Luis.
yeah. Luis, what's your favorite song on "Please Please Me"?
So I gotta start by saying that this era of the Beatles was probably my favorite. So
Wow.
more on that later with
Okay.
the rankings because these albums I have a feeling they're probably higher for me than they are for you two. Because of that, I
Yeah.
You'd
love
be,
the
you'd be
suits. I
surprised.
love the haircuts, man. Oh, it was great. I'm not a colorful dude, so when they got colorful, it wasn't my thing. There's still music that I loved, of course, because I love them and John. But my favorite song is "Baby It's You." I
Oh,
love that one.
It's a good one.
And then I
nice.
feel like these two go hand in hand. So my second one on there has got to be Anna. Go to him.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
that one.
I
I
yeah.
love
love
that
that
one.
song.
I
Oh,
love
That's a
that
good
one
one.
too.
It's a
dude,
nice one. Anna's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's
definitely.
good.
And listen
Go
though,
to
I got to be
him.
honest because when I didn't know those songs until I actually got into the album.
Yeah,
You know,
Oh, okay.
because the ones that you guys mentioned were the ones that hit the radio, right, in the charts.
Yeah.
The I Saw Her Standing
oh
There,
yeah,
Love Me Do. I believe those, if I'm not mistaken, those were on that one album that my buddy was listening to when I. But I
Love Me
love this
Do for sure. And I saw her
Twist
stand.
and Shout,
Twist and
right?
Shout. Yep.
Yeah. So it's
Hmm.
funny because for me, those two songs are my one and two, but the rest of those that I was mentioning are like three. Misery's three.
It's a good
Four
one.
is Ask Me Why.
I like that one.
Um,
yeah.
yeah. And then five for me was Twist and Shout. Six was I Saw Her Standing There. Love Me Do It. Seven. P.S. I Love You
I like that
is
one.
eight. Yeah. And nine was Boys. And number 10 for me was There's a Place. I had to do a top 10 because, again, this era was so hard not to love all of it.
Can't go wrong with the early Beatles, man. I love it all. The early
Sure,
Beatles. Oh
it's
man.
great.
You it's special for me too. We'll get into that. We'll get
I'm
into
glad
that.
Ken did Do You Want to Know a Secret? Because it was so hard to keep it out of my top 10 for me.
Oh
But
yeah. And this is John leading the band at this point. We'll
Yeah,
get into
my
Paul later on,
yeah.
but Kenny, jump ship to you.
Yeah, I think "Please Please Me" is probably my favorite of the early albums for sure. But
Ah, wow.
as
So
far
what
as
are we
these early days anyway, until we get to a
early
certain point.
early Beatles to you? Would it be Hard Day's Night back or would it be Help back?
Ugh.
What do we constitute as
I,
early Beatles?
to me, up to like "For Sale" is kind of. I'm talking about the really rock and rolly
Oh, like
part.
the first three albums.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
And my favorite of that, "Hard Day's Night" is a whole other world, dude. Like that's
Yeah, back before they were doing when they were doing covers still.
about to
Yep.
destroy the whole world at that point. But
Oh
like
yeah.
just these early rock and rolly kind of albums, I think "Please
Oh
Please Me"
yeah.
is the best. Anyway,
Yeah. I would agree.
all
I would
right.
agree.
So the second album comes up if you're in the UK. We're not, but we got "With the Beatles" in 1963. I didn't notice the record label. Are we on?
Yeah, we're on
That's also
Parlophone
still
still.
Parlophone.
Yep. Yep.
All
Yep.
right.
Yep. Yep.
My favorite on this one. Okay, if we're being technical, my favorite is probably their cover of "It Really Got a Hold on Me" by Smokey.
Oh, I
Damn, that's
love
good.
that song,
But if I
man.
gotta pick an
me too.
original, I'm gonna do "All My Loving," which just like
Me
my
too.
first My first pick was Sorry Standing There is a Paul song, and so is this one.
Me
So I'm
too.
going Paul early so far, but All My Loving would probably be, if I had to choose an original, it'd be my favorite. But if I could sneak away with what's really my favorite thing on the album, it, it's uh it's
You really got a
god
hold
damn
on
it.
me.
Just yeah, got a hold on me. Because
Oh my
that's so good.
God. Yeah, I'll get into that
And
shortly.
that's
But
Lennon. So there you go.
Luis, go get into with the Beatles.
So 1963 with the Beatles for me.
Yeah,
Again, I'm a little biased with this era because I love it.
me too.
Ken stole my thunder there, Jose. Number one for me is You Really Got a Hold on Me.
I
Yeah.
love that one.
My number two was All My Loving.
Yeah, that's yeah.
And then I had to do a little, again, these songs I couldn't find until I went into the album itself because a lot of the big hits were like, Please, Mr. Postman,
Yeah,
right?
Mr.
Yeah, it's a
My
Postman.
good
number
cover.
three, Roll Over Beethoven. My
Yeah.
Chuck
number four,
Berry.
yeah.
Right.
Um, and I thought I had, yeah, It Won't Be Long. That's my number five. So I did a
Classic.
top five on this one.
I like the money at the end is really good too.
Yeah, money. That's what I was just gonna mention that. Damn it. Yeah, like you guys, man. I echo your sentiments.
John is singing his
Luis-
ass off on money.
Oh my God, forget about it. Luis, I don't want to cut you off, so keep on
Uh,
going.
I was just gonna say, and then looking at this, doing it now with you guys, and going through all those albums, I gotta say, if I were to fight on the top five, Till There Was You, and I Want to Be Your Man, were definitely, ones that I struggled. No, come on, put it in there. No, Lou,
That's
no.
hard.
I want to be honest to myself and you guys and say these were the five that I originally jammed to on this one.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Because you'll see my taste mature over time, and yeah.
Oh, I think all of us do,
But
especially
I love
myself
this
included.
album. I love this album.
I
Definitely.
echo both your guys' sentiments. It won't be long, or not. It won't be long. Sorry. Great song. Great song. John Lennon singing his ass off. All My Loving and their version of Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. You really got a hold on me. Spoiler alert. I love the Motown era. I love R&B and soul.
Oh yes,
Smokey
yeah.
Robinson is my favorite
Oh
soul singer
yeah,
of all
yeah,
time.
yeah. Me and Jose both were big on soul
I
music, and
love,
I
I
love R and
love,
B. If
yeah,
I'm
I
not listening to
love.
the fastest death metal on earth, give me a slow jam.
Oh my God, forget about it. Give me Shy
All
Lights,
day. I'll
Smokey
listen to
Robinson,
either
the
death
Miracles.
metal or slow jams.
Yeah, Stevie Wonder, the Shy Lights, you name it, man.
Oh wow. Oh, Shy Lights. Oh,
Yeah,
Mellow
Diana
out.
Ross and the Supremes. Oh, yeah, you
fantastic.
really got a hold on me and
Al
all my loving.
Green and all that stuff. I love it
Oh,
all, man.
Al Green, forget about it.
His
Forget
band.
about it. Oh yeah, please, Mr. Postman, excellent cover. These guys did covers early on so immaculate, so
Yeah.
immaculate.
Yeah.
Again, early on, man, just right out the gate, 1-2 punch. Young man, 22 years old, not even. These are kids, young adults doing this shit in the 60s, taking the world literally by the
Oh,
balls and
yeah, yeah.
just saying,
Completely,
man,
completely changing the concept of modern music.
oh my
Like
God, changing the
literally.
world one step at a time. No kidding. Roll Over Beethoven, which is a Chuck Berry classic.
Oh
Kenny
yeah.
and I talked about
Yeah.
Chuck Berry. Our love for Chuck
Right.
Berry. Love Chuck Berry.
Yes.
Rest in peace,
My
Chuck Berry.
introduction to music at all is Chuck
Yeah.
Berry.
Rest in peace, Chuck Berry.
It
Love
made me
Chuck
want to
Berry.
play guitar, the Johnny B.
Yeah.
Good riff. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
I'm playing guitar.
Yeah. Yeah. Great stuff. Great stuff. I Want to Be Your Man on here as well. Not a second time, which is kind of a dark horse. I don't know if anyone mentioned that,
Yeah.
but I like
No.
that song too. Money, That's What I Want. You mentioned it.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a way to close out, round
Yeah.
out the album. The bookends, it won't be long to kick it off and to end it with Money is just John's a genius, man, early on.
Absolutely.
Kicking you in the balls right out the gate. It's like,
Absolutely.
oh my God, these guys were just gifted. Truly meant to change the world. Perfection.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Absolutely. Um,
Those are
all
my
right.
picks.
Now, Jose, I went with your message you sent me, and for some reason, either I didn't fact check it or whatever I was following through on discography went in that order. Are we going to Beatles for Sale or Hard Day's Night next?
We are going to Beatles for sale, technically.
For
'Cause that's the
sale,
third
right?
one.
That's what I
Yeah,
thought.
for sale.
I'm about to say because I had for sale, and what I'm looking at now has fucking Hard Day's Night,
Yeah.
and I'm like, no.
Yeah,
Okay,
I've got the notes in front of me, and I'm looking at the order of the albums. So just in case, just ask.
fan day.
For
That's
sale,
why I did. All right,
for
so I
sale.
thought so. All right, I knew I could trust Jose first. All right, so we're fuck Wikipedia, right? Jose knows more. All right, so the
Not too
next
much,
one,
but still.
third album, we're going Beatles for Sale, 1964, as I thought.
Yeah.
Still Parlophone. Oh man. Hey, y'all could take it if y'all want to go.
Okay, let me kick this off for a second. To me, this is the weakest Beatles album. Kind
Hmm.
of a step down. You can tell by the album cover. First of all, let's talk about the album cover. These guys are tired. These guys are working nonstop. They're burning out just a little bit, and you can hear
Yes.
it on this album. But hands down for me, my favorite song on here, and it's not even up for debate in my mind, I'm a Loser. That song to me is perfect. The lyricism, the
Okay. Yeah.
melody, the guitar playing, the drumming, the harmonies. Oh my God, dude. I'll follow the sun 8 days a week. Words of Love is beautiful, man.
Hmm.
That's a Buddy Holly original. Going back to what we were saying, the Beatles originated from Buddy Holly and the Crickets, as Louise mentioned. Their ode to Buddy Holly. It's a Buddy Holly cover. Very well done. Beautiful love song. It doesn't mean it's doesn't have its share of, clunkers. I love every little thing, but as well, I No Reply is a classic.
Oh, no reply is
Rock
awesome.
rock and roll music's cool, but then you get stuff like Mr. Moonlight, Kansas City, hey, 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 hey.
It's okay though.
Never got into those. I'm not gonna call them terrible because there's no such thing as a
There's
terrible
no
beat.
such thing.
But for their standards,
Well,
it's
well,
pretty
maybe
it's
there
pretty
is. We'll
pale.
get there later.
And they set the bar pretty high.
Yeah.
Very, very high, especially early on. But yeah, I'm a Loser. My favorite song on the album. Everybody's Trying to Be My Baby is cool too. I like,
We talked about that.
yeah, I like these songs. But yeah, I'm a Loser is again John Lennon
Nice.
taking the world by storm early
Good
on.
pick.
He's outshining Paul early on. I'll Follow the Sun is great though. That's a
Mm.
Paul classic.
I'm about to say my favorite song on here is "I'll Follow the Sun" by
I
Paul.
love that one.
I love
Love
that
that
song.
one.
Oh, it's so good. Oh
I
man,
love
that
it.
that lyric is just phenomenal.
I'll
I so
follow the
far,
sun.
all three of my first ones are all Paul songs. So I'm actually riding Paul early. I'm doing the opposite of you in a way. Yeah, I put these last two albums are kind of my least favorite of the catalog, almost in a way. Given some stuff later, but up till now, certainly, like you said, it's a step back, and you can tell. No reply. I love No Reply. I love Babies in Black.
Oh, I love it.
We'll get to a little more. I kind of stopped there as far as notes on the album, but I get like more into important history stuff from there. That's where I went with my notes. But like I
Eight
said,
days a
eight
week.
days a week. Everybody's trying is good. And, I like Honey Don't. I do.
That one's okay.
I don't
That one's
mind
okay.
it. I know everybody kind of shits on that one, but I like it.
Every little thing, what you're doing.
But I
Mm,
love No Reply. No Reply is pretty high up there on this album
beautiful.
for me. But I'll
Beautiful.
Follow the Sun is my favorite.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
that's one of my
Luis.
favorites. Go ahead, Luis. Beatles for sale. You're on mute, my friend.
Luis, you're
You're
on mute.
you're on mute. We can't hear
Oh,
you. There you go.
There
sorry,
you go,
guys.
babe.
You're fine, man.
Yeah, so I gotta say, man, you guys took it away really well there. Um, and like I mentioned, this is like my favorite era of the Beatles. So I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one, Jose. I still think they're kicking butt on this one. My number one was A Hard Day's Night, of course.
No, no, no. Oh,
Um, Can't
Beatles for
Buy Me
sale?
Love. We
No,
were
we're on
doing
Beatles for sale.
Beatles for
Beatles for
Sale,
sale. The album before
1964. Oh,
63.
shoot,
Wrong
my
album.
bad. I
We'll get
thought
into
we,
that in a second.
I
Oh, we're
thought,
about to get
yeah,
there.
we're gonna say, yeah, because of the order we're going
Oh,
by.
my
Okay,
favorite
Yeah,
on Hard
the
Day's
one.
Night. Oh,
Oh, we'll
uh,
get into that in a
okay.
second.
ugh.
We'll get
Um,
in.
Beatles for Sale, 1964. I love it. My first one, Every Little Thing.
Love it.
I want to say my second is No Reply. 8 Days a Week is my number three.
Classic.
Words of Love is my number four.
Beautiful
And
song.
Mr. Moonlight is my number five.
Eh,
Um,
I don't
and
mind
then
it.
again with this one, yeah, with this one I did a little more than just five. I'll Follow the Sun was my number six
Wow.
on this one.
Should be
And
higher, but that's okay.
well, for me,
That's okay.
and then the other one that was really hard to not include in that was Everybody's Trying to Be My Baby, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I love
Yep.
that one. And then those are I would say my top seven in it. But again, another great album. I
Yeah.
love this era.
Nice.
No colors.
I love that. I love that.
I repeat,
I
no colors.
I got a special love for
So
the people that love just that old Beatles stuff. That's great, man. Because I was listening to that. Because I was listening to this stuff. I'm working with a dude, and like I have all this stuff just cranked, and he's like, "What the fuck are you listening to?" Because everybody knows me. I'm like a metal looking motherfucker, and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "Well, first of all, y'all should know I'm a psychopath, and I'm listening to every Beatles song ever for
Yep.
reasons." But
Yep.
uh,
And real quick before we get introduced the next album, which is a major album, some things we gotta highlight that I have in
right,
my notes. The
right.
year before the JF Kennedy assassination,
Oh,
that
nice.
that took America into a downward spiral. The world was depressed, at least in America for sure. I was gonna mention what the Beatles mean to America in just a second
That's
because
what we're about to do.
they're about to hit New York. They're about to
Right,
hit American soil for the first time on the next album.
right.
So
So
it's a very big deal.
and that's where I was about to go now. Before we do Hard Days Night, because we also got to talk Hard Days Night, the film and stuff a little bit, probably.
Yep.
So I was gonna do the Beatles Come to America now. Um, so that's where I'll go to them doing Ed Sullivan, and really like me and Jose was you weren't here, Luis, but me and Jose was talking in the beginning, like the Beatles in America, like they fundamentally changed like American culture in a way because when they got here, they didn't know what segregated crowds were.
right.
Exactly.
And they absolutely refused to play them. Like I remember hearing a thing that they were on doing a radio interview in Florida or something, and they're like, "What do you think? What do you think about that?" And they're like, "That's a thing." Like
Yeah.
what? No, we're not doing that. Fuck you. And they refused to play segregated crowds. And like, what are you gonna do? Fucking cancel a Beatles show?
Exactly.
Guess what
Exactly.
happened? Right? So they
Exactly.
desegregated crowds in the South, and that is wow. Imagine the power of that in that time. It's
Talk
Hey,
about
insane.
you
uniting people through music, huh, Ken?
Absolutely. I remember
right.
oddly enough, I remember like Whoopi Goldberg saying when she was a little girl, like her mom and them had saved up everything so she can go see the Beatles, and she was like absolutely shocked. She got to sit by white people and stuff. She's like, "What the
Which
fuck
was
going
a
on?"
lot of money back then.
And
It was a
nobody in
lot
the
of money.
crowd cared. Nobody in the crowd cared, dude. Everybody's just like, "Holy shit, we're here with the Beatles." You know what I mean?
Yep.
Nobody gave a fuck.
Yep.
For the
Yeah.
kids, anyway. I'm sure everybody else was mad, but fuck them, right?
Yeah.
And
And
that's what I'm saying. Like they fundamentally changed American culture in that way, and
absolutely.
it's an amazing thing. They broke down a huge barrier for that, and that's insane. They
The
completely changed America because they forced them to. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely because of the USA had nothing to look forward to because the JFK thing was such a big deal that it sent everyone into a depressive
Yeah,
state. And so having nothing to look forward to, and then the Beatles come from out of nowhere, straight out the UK. They
yeah,
land in America and they took off from there.
yeah. Ed
They're
Sullivan and everything, and
Ed Sullivan. Yep.
there wasn't a
Yep.
single person that didn't watch that at that time, and you know,
Exactly. Exactly. The whole world watched it after that,
huge
you know.
man. So, but
But
yeah,
in America, absolutely.
they took
Absolutely.
over
What
America, man.
took over America, yeah, which leads us into our next album. Kenny, do you want to introduce it?
So that's where we get to A Hard Day's Night in 1964. Still Parlophone.
Still Parlophone.
I'm part of doing this back and forth because I'm realizing now I didn't write down some shit. That's okay.
Their fourth studio album overall.
I guarantee you my favorite on here, nobody else is ever going to have is their favorite. But when I first, and I'll get to why,
We'll
the
see.
first time I ever listened to the whole entire Beatles discography, I did for a reason. I went on a spiritual journey of it. But when I did, the song on here that absolutely jumped out at me when I like listen to this song just end on end on end. I'd listen to it on my entire ride home from work just every day. But my favorite song on here is And I Love Her. My God, what a song, man. It's again another Paul song. I'm like four in
Yeah.
a row on Paul
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Which
Wait till you hear
if
my
we didn't know, Luis, me and Jose's favorite is Paul.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I couldn't tell.
If you didn't notice yet, we're both
My
Paul
money was
guys.
on Ringo, I swear.
I'm a Paul guy
As a
for sure.
matter of fact, I'll go Paul, John, Ringo, then George if I can rank them all for you. But yeah, George
Yeah,
is last.
yeah. As far as Beatles, I'll take John. I'll take Paul above John, but John above the other two, then Ringo, then George.
Correct.
Yeah,
So for me, it would be John, Paul, and George would be. I could switch them around for me. I love
Yeah.
George's stuff.
Oh yeah,
I,
of
I
course.
love George's stuff. My uncle Mike won't admit it, but
We love you,
I'm
Uncle
pretty
Mike.
sure George Harrison is his favorite. And I
That's
only
fine.
say that because you guys know his one single "You." He asked me to
yeah.
download that for him once. So I'm like, you are a George guy. And there's
He's definitely
nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with
You
no
know,
that.
nothing wrong
Own
with
it.
that at
nothing.
Be the
all.
Tom
George
Petty,
guy. That's great.
how many
Exactly.
people he helped, right? With their music.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
fantastic. Like I told Jose, man, just riffs, man. He's a riff master.
He
He
comes
really
onto
is.
his own much later, but early on he starts showing signs, even
Great
though
songwriter.
John and Paul are still
Yeah.
carrying.
Here
But
comes the sun.
oh yeah,
More on that
we'll
later.
get into that. More on that
But
later
Yeah.
for
yeah,
sure.
man. And I love Her's my favorite song on Hard Day's Night by a
Woo!
lot. I love that song so much. If I fell, I'll leave y'all the rest of that. But this is where we also get the foreign language versions of songs start to happen. And
Yes.
we get the
Yes.
film Hard Day's Night where we actually start to get to see them do things.
Yeah.
The plot for that's all over the place. We'll talk film a little bit
Here's
more in
the
a
film
while.
in a second. For
We'll
everyone
talk
who's
film a
watching
little
the YouTube
more, but
version, this is the Criterion version, but you can get the standard version. This has a
I
Blu-ray and
I would
DVD.
love. I was telling Jose I'd love to flex my version of Hard Day's Night, but I have no clue where the
Yeah.
fuck it is behind me.
Yeah, mine has a booklet which has a bunch of different extras. So there's like the layout of
Ooh,
the movie. There's the back part, like the inlay,
nice.
nice pictures. And then speaking of pictures, you get like a whole bunch of different
Oh,
pictures from the
like
movie.
the
You
little
get the
book. That's
script.
nice.
You get the script
Oh
and
wow.
you get still shots of the movie.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
That's why you got to get the Criterion version because you get all the extras.
Oh,
You
that's
get the
beautiful.
script, you get pictures
That's
on the set.
awesome.
It's
Sick.
very awesome, man.
Very nice. All
And
right.
it's a fun little movie, fun little
Oh,
comedy
it's great. It's
movie.
a great time. It's
Fantastic.
silly. It's fun. It's all over the place.
It's
But
silly, it's fun. It's definitely the best Beatles movie, I would
yeah.
say.
Oh
If
yeah.
we're
Yeah.
just
No.
sticking to
Yeah.
the movies.
Yeah. By Beatles
Absolutely.
movies go, it's the best Beatles movie by a lot.
Absolutely. I also urge you guys, I was telling Kenny earlier before we get back to the favorite songs, check out this other movie, which is called I Want to Hold Your Hand, it stars a young Nancy Allen. This is from 1978. So it's basically a group of kids traveling to New York, trying to get into Ed Sullivan to see the Beatles for the first time in America.
Yeah, it's
That's
really cool.
basically what it's all about. And it's a fantastic film. Watch it if you're, a fan of this era of the Beatles, The Hard Day's Night, which we'll get into. But I'm gonna throw that on to Luis for his favorite songs on A Hard Day's
Yeah.
Night.
Let's talk
For what
about
is
the album
Hard
for a
Day's Night?
little while.
Exactly.
So first off, I should probably apologize for spoiling it for you guys.
No,
I
it's
thought
okay. Go right ahead.
No, no, you're
but
great.
again, we're still in my favorite set of albums, right?
Oh,
A Hard Day's Night. I remember the fellows talking about it in a documentary I watched of it, and they were just talking about how they came up with that. And they were just really tired from touring and everything, and they just made up, man, it's been a hard day's night. Don't you mean just been a hard day? No, it's been a hard day's night. I feel like I've been up for 28 hours. Wait, there's only 20. You get the idea that, they've obviously been pushing, to the pushing the can, like pulling the, how do you say it,
Right.
pushing rope,
right.
lighting the candles
Fence is
at both
working
ends.
overtime. Yep.
Yeah. So my number one, and I think this is what started for me, is like the title song for the album. My number one is A Hard Day's Night.
Okay.
And I gotta say,
Great song.
oh my God, yeah.
Masterpiece.
Yep.
This whole
Can't
album
Buy
is a
Me Love.
masterpiece.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Can't Buy Me Love is my second one. Um, Ken mentioned this one already. If I Fell is my third one.
Yeah, If I Fell is amazing.
It gave me vibes of John Lennon's Real Love later on.
Oh
Right.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, If I
in my
Fell is
head,
so good,
it
dude.
kept on connecting it for me. At least, like I said, I was going to mention a few little things that connected for me. My
Yeah.
fourth one here, I'm Just Happy to Dance with You.
Oh yeah.
George Harrison. Okay.
Yep. Well, like I said, I love George.
Yeah.
Um,
Nice.
and my fifth one here, Kenny, is "And I Love Her."
Oh, nice.
Yep. And I had to go with six.
So good.
Uh, "Things We Said Today" is my sixth
Oh
one,
yeah. Yeah. Things we
and I
said
had a
is huge.
oh, bro, I had a hard time with. I wanted to do "You Can't Do That,"
I was about to say,
but
can't do that is pretty high up there for me.
It's pretty
yeah,
good. Very good.
oh yeah,
Can't
Very good.
and
do that. Oh,
that's the album for
Ah.
me. I love the whole album, but those are
yeah.
my top six, seven for sure.
Can't go wrong with the whole album, right? So
Yeah, no, yeah.
Hard Day's Night, their first album full of original songs. There are no covers to be found on this one.
Right.
Strictly John and Paul McCartney compositions on this one, with a little bit of input from George, but technically they're John and Paul compositions. My favorite, Luis mentioned it late on, hands down, is Things We Said Today.
Oh, good one.
That is my favorite song on this album. Always has been,
Great
always
one.
will be. I
Great
love
one.
Paul McCartney.
Great one.
Paul shines on this one. If I Fell
If I fell.
is a beautiful fucking song,
Oh
man.
yeah. Oh.
Oh my God. I was listening to that. I was joking with these guys on Messenger. We were listening to that on stream with this one girl I know on Saturday. Man, we could not stop the sobbing coming out of our eyes to that song. That's a beautiful, powerful fucking song, man. If I Fell. And I Love Her, of course.
Mm.
Nobody has mentioned this song yet. I should have known better.
Yeah.
What a great John Lennon masterpiece, man. Underrated. Of course, the title track is an instant classic. We know this. Can't Buy Me Love, of course.
Yep.
Anytime at all.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Anytime at all.
my
Yeah. Damn
God.
good.
I'll Cry Instead.
I'll cry instead.
You Can't Do That.
Can't do that.
Oh,
Can't do that might be my second. I don't know. It's pretty high.
literally this song. But man, the two dark horses, I should have known better. You're gonna say you love me too. Oh my God, John Lennon sang his ass
Y'all
off
are
on
gonna
that.
have to put up with us singing every now and then. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
It's gonna be hard for
I'm
us not
so
to sing
happy.
some of these. Like
I'm happy just to dance with you is great
it's
too.
a great
But
song.
man,
Great song.
yeah.
That's my
But
number four. Yeah,
Yeah, great
anytime
song.
at all, and I should have
Great
known
song.
better were my dark horse songs on here. Those deserve a mention because they're just John killing it once again. That's all I gotta say. Things we said
Also
today.
for the guitar nerds that there may or may not be, if you listen to Hard Day's Night, right at the beginning, there's that first chord of Hard Day's Night, that bring.
Yep, which they don't even remember what it was.
That 1 second of music is very, very complicated, and it's a whole thing. There's a
Yep.
whole bunch of studies on this and all, and like what exactly they did and what it took to create it and stuff.
Yep.
It's a whole thing. You look into that more if y'all want, but check out the first chord of Hard Day's Night if you want. It's like I wrote down a thing. It's like a multi-instrument chord. It's like an FADD9 or something. It's all kinds of crazy stuff. It's a weird instrumentalist thing, but it's cool as shit for that 1 second of music to be so overanalyzed. Like, what did they do?
What's
You know
crazy
what I
about
mean? It's
that chord
fascinating.
is if you play that chord right now without even playing the song, if you just listen to that little bit, it's go time.
Yeah,
It's go time.
it's
We
so much
already
more than
know
just
what
guitar.
time
They
it
did
is.
it so many different things at one time. It's a fascinating
Oh
part
my
of music
God.
where just the first chord of Hard Day's Night and like what goes into that. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Check into
And
that if y'all want. It's really
I
interesting.
believe that was one of Ringoisms, how he came up with the title, right?
Yeah.
I think like Louise was mentioning in the conversation that
yeah.
Ringo said it was a hard day's night. So Ringo came up with the title, which I thought was pretty cool. It's not the first time he does it. He does it a little later with a song, but we'll get into that.
Right.
More on that later.
More on that
More
much later for sure.
on
Oh
that
man.
later.
Speaking of big albums, so
Oh,
I'm gonna have Luis introduce us to their fifth one, which
Sure.
is Help.
help!
Help.
I need somebody.
Luis.
Help, not
Help.
just anybody.
Help.
Oh yeah, 1965, man.
Oh my God. Wait till we get
Still
to this
my
one.
favorite era. I gotta say, I'll let you know once we're out of my favorite era. But I mean, if you can't tell, things get a little more colorful. To
I'm
say
sure
the
we're doing
least.
LSD
Yes,
by
they
then.
do. Yes, they do.
So help. Believe it or not, unlike my last one on the Hard Day's Night, the title song is not my number one. I do love it, and it's in my top three. But my number one, as I mentioned before, by how I was introduced to the Beatles, has to be Ticket to Ride.
Mm.
My number two is Yesterday. I love Yesterday. Jose mentioned getting emotional. I get
Oh,
emotional to that song all the time.
oh my God. Yeah.
Um, yeah, man, that song just hits the feels. My number three is Help, title song. They did it again with the title song for me.
Uh-huh.
Um, number four, you guys mentioned it before, Act Naturally. I love it. Love that cover they
Yeah.
did.
Love that song.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
And then my number five, and again, I just had such a hard time with my top five. But my number five is I've Just Seen a Face.
Oh,
Love that song.
love it. Love it.
Um, number
And she
six,
keeps calling me back again. Love it.
oh, yeah.
Love it.
My number six is Tell Me What You See. I
Mm.
love that song.
Yep.
Good pick.
Seven is It's Only Love.
Ah, great one.
And then I think I fought myself here. Yeah, I really did fight myself.
Oh man.
Dizzy Miss Lizzy should be right in between
That's
five
a
and
good
six there.
one. I like
Dude,
that one.
I fought myself so hard I wrote
Oh,
five
man.
twice.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Dizzy's pretty big for me.
That's a
Oh
good
my
one.
God. And
For a
then
George guy. Oh.
Yeah.
man, I know you guys will take it away with the other ones, but You Like Me Too Much and You've Got
I
to Hide
like
Your
that
Love.
one.
Yeah, those two probably just missed my top, my top eight that I did here.
I call that one Scooby Doo chase music, which is nothing bad about that at all. That's not a backhanded
I thought that
compliment.
was Ghost, Jose.
Yeah, I love no, not at all. This is good.
I
I
thought that
love
was the
Scooby Doo
Rubber
chase
Soul
music.
album.
Pretty Mary
Oh,
Sunlight.
you
I
like
listen to
Ghost?
that
That's
on
nice.
Pretty Mary Sunlight. I listen to that on repeat all the time. I love Scooby Doo. Where are you? But Kenny, I already know what your number one is, so kick us off with Help.
Oh, I was gonna let you take out first. It's okay.
All right, man.
You can go. You
Hands
go.
down,
You go.
Help. All right, hands down, no question about it. Ticket to Motherfucking Ride is the best song on this album. Ticket to Ride. The video is great. I don't know if you guys seen the video where they're sitting down and John and Paul are just harmonizing. Oh, it's so good. I love that video. They made a video for it. It's like kind of new. It's on there. It's in black and white. It's great.
Oh,
Watch
yeah.
it on YouTube. You've got to hide your love away. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude. The night before? Oh my God. You're going to lose that.
I was about to say nobody said gonna lose their girl.
Oh my God, man.
Man.
Yesterday's a tearjerker,
Yesterday.
man. It's the most
yeah.
covered song of all time.
That's right. The most covered song of all time.
Everybody and their mother has done it. And to think that it came in a dream is crazy. It used to be called Scrambled Eggs. That was the working title for that song. Fun
That's
fact.
right.
Yep. And it became Yesterday. One of Paul's masterpieces. This album is a
Correct.
John Lennon album. John Lennon kills it on here, man. You've got to hide your love away. Ticket
Yeah.
to Ride is
Mm,
perfection. One of the arguably top 10, maybe top 5 greatest Beatles songs ever. Ever. For me, it's in the top 10 without question. Yeah, we'll get into you in a minute. Hold on one second. Perfect song. Nothing wrong with it. I love Ticket to Ride so much. That's my number one pick on here.
My
But
buddy's
every
favorite
song I
song.
mentioned is great. Dizzy Miss
Oh,
Lizzy
yeah.
is awesome. You Like Me Too Much is awesome. Tell Me What You See is good. The Night Before, man. Nobody mentioned it. The title track. Oh my God. You've got to hide your love away. I need Another Girl. Oh, yeah. Don't even get me started. Kenny, help.
help. Man, yeah. My favorite Beatles song of all time is Ticket to Ride by a lot.
There you go.
Oh. If I could have, I'd have opened this whole show just playing it. But I don't want to get our shit pulled down and have to go re-edit everything.
That song is
Oh man, the vocal
legendary.
harmonies are just absolute perfection.
Oh, my
I love
God,
Ticket to Ride,
man.
so I could listen to it a million times and never, ever get tired
That
of it.
was the very first Beatles song that I recognized. So
My
I played that
favorite
in the
Beatles
car
song,
earlier. Oh my God,
far
it's
and
so
away.
good in the car, man.
far
Yeah.
and away. You get John and
yeah.
Paul just doing the thing. It's far and away my Beatles song.
Oh,
And because of that, when you
Oh.
listen to the album, right after that is Act Naturally.
I
So
love
like
that one.
when we do when we do the like favorite song ranking of all time, you'll be surprised how high Act Naturally is for me because that would always
I
come
don't
up
blame
right
you.
after.
It's a great song. It's a
And I'm
Ringo
like, I
classic.
fucking love that song so much. I love Act Naturally so much. It makes no sense. It's so fun.
I love it. I love that song.
But this is like a real maturing point of the Beatles, man. This is kind
Oh
of starting
yeah.
to mark a change, man. This is where things are starting to turn away from Luis's favorite era of the Beatles a little bit. It's
This
coming
period is
because
godly, man.
they said that this is kind of a big. They say it's a big Bob Dylan influenced album, and like listening to it, you don't really hear it so much, but it is.
We'll get to
And
Bob Dylan in a second on the next album, but it's
it
starting to show up for
yeah,
sure.
Love me some Bob
they've
Dylan.
met Bob, and Bob is giving them weed for the first time, so there's that.
That's in the next one, or I
So
think it
fun
was this one.
fact about their drug use. Actually, what I wanted to tell you guys was when I read and I was studying their stuff, the whole LSD thing, it wasn't even their idea. They were at some party and somebody slipped stuff into their drinks, from what I read.
That's
That it
wild.
wasn't, that's how they got stuck on it, dude. They said that
Yeah.
they were at some party and somebody slipped something into their drinks. The next thing they know, they were tripping and then they were just stuck on it.
Yeah, that's
So
crazy.
I remember reading that.
Yeah. It lasted for a good minute too, which is funny. Like a couple years, they were just like unhinged. Unhinged. But man, yeah, Ticket to Ride
Oh
is
yeah.
just is perfection, man. I think we all agree that's the number one on here, right? Kenny definitely agrees. Luis, you
Yes.
Yes.
said is your number one? Yeah,
Hmm.
man. That just is perfect. It's perfect. If I could give it a 20 out of 10, I would. Because that song is just, oh, it's out of here. It's otherworldly.
Yeah. Shit.
Better than the title track. And the title track rules, but Ticket to Ride is just, oh my God.
Yeah, it's my favorite Beatles song of all time
My
by a
favorite song
whole
on this album,
bunch.
hands down. Hands
Yeah.
down. Yep. Yep. Speaking of
Uh,
drug usage and Bob Dylan, so this next album, holy shit.
all right, so now
Wow.
we are getting to Rubber Soul, right?
Yep. This
Okay,
was a
Rubber
struggle for
Soul,
me.
1965. We are still parlophoning it.
Yep.
I'll let y'all run with it for a minute.
Okay, so Rubber Soul 1965. This is where the Beatles get hooked on weed for the very first time. Thank you, Bob Dylan, for that. Right? So, out of all the albums, man, I'm not saying none of them are perfect, but the collection of songs on this album is perfect from beginning to end. This is the album that I kicked myself in the ass so hard trying to figure out what my favorite is. I narrowed it down to two songs because this is where Paul starts to make a name for himself. Not that he hasn't before, but he starts to take a leadership role on this album. And moving forward, it just gets even bigger and bigger and bigger. But my two favorites, hands down, You Won't See Me, which is a simple track. It's a Paul classic. Been listening to that on repeat because I hear it so often now. It's like, man, I love that song. I always did. But to call it a favorite, it was like, okay, it's up there for me, but it's crazy now. It's in my top 10. You Won't See Me. I love this song so much. And the one after, Nowhere Man. Good God Almighty. Listen, Nowhere Man. If you thought Ticket to Ride was special, Nowhere Man hits. Hits so hard. It's crazy. Every time I listen to that song, John vocally in his prime on this fucking song. Nowhere Man is perfect. Drive My Car Norwegian Wood are great too, but my two favorites, You Won't See Me, Nowhere Man. Think for Yourself is great. George is starting to make a name for himself too. We start to see a lot of George on this album for sure. The Word is great. Michelle, man. Oh my God. What Goes On is cool. It's fun. Girl, I'm looking through you in my life, dude. Oh my God. I wish In My Life was my favorite, but Nowhere Man and You Won't See Me exist. If I needed someone, and my favorite Scooby Doo song that was never on a Scooby Doo episode, Run for Your Life. I love this song so much. Literally, this album is perfect, man. This album, it's neck and neck with another one for my favorite Beatles album, but this one is just a 12 out of 10. Masterpiece of an album. You Won't See Me Nowhere, man, are my favorites, but every song I just mentioned rules. Luis, take it away for Rubber Soul.
Yeah.
Rubber Soul, man. And Ken mentioned that we're moving away from my stuff, but I say no, man. We're still in my favorite era,
Oh,
brother.
that's good.
And yeah, my number one song, it comes as no surprise. He's a real nowhere man. Oh yeah, I love that. And as I mentioned to you guys, that Nowhere Boy was definitely taken from that.
Right.
Yeah.
And then my number two is "Baby, You Can Drive My Car."
I love
That's a
that
great
song.
one. Yeah.
Beep 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 beep. I love that. That's
I
my
love
number
that one.
two.
I love that
It
one.
hits hard, man.
Hmm.
So this one wasn't originally my number three. It only more recently became my number three because of how much it meant to my cousin. He was in New York. Visiting his girlfriend, and they went to the park where John was tragically shot,
Yeah, outside of his
and they
apartment.
yeah, and they had a band that was playing all the Beatles music, right? And you could
Right.
play whatever song you wanted.
Yep.
And my cousin felt bad for them because they were out in the cold, and he asked them to play Norwegian Wood, and they were shocked. They were shocked. They're like, nobody asked for that, but do you guys know it? And he's like, yeah, we'll do it. So they start doing it. He showed me the video. It's great. I once had her, or I should say, she once had me. Strong words right there.
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
everybody should see themselves after, losing somebody like
Fight back, John Lennon.
that. Oh yeah. My number four is "I'm Looking Through You." I love
Beautiful.
that song. I
Yep.
feel like, as we progress through life, people move away, people get pushed out of your life.
Yes, they do.
I feel like I can use that song,
Yeah.
to describe those people in my
Oh
life
yeah.
that are no longer with me,
Facts.
for whatever reason. My number five in my life. My number six is "Wait,"
That's a good one.
and my number seven is "If I Needed Someone."
Great George song.
Oh yeah, and then number eight, "You Won't See Me."
I love that one so much.
And I stopped there at eight, but like I know everybody, like you said, I'm glad you said "Run for Your Life." I know a lot of people like "Think for Yourself," and
Yeah.
the other one is "The Word." I know for some of those guys that like that side
I
of
love that
John,
one
where
too. Girl.
that side of John, everybody started saying this is the part of John where he starts being like a leader, right? Like a very vocal, leader. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, but
the word.
Paul is creeping up a little bit on this one, man. He's
Yeah,
he's 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 about to take his place. But
yeah.
but it's very down the middle. George is coming up there too,
Oh yeah.
making a strong statement.
So yeah, I still very much love this album, and I probably could have had a top 10 on this one for sure, but
Right.
I stayed at eight.
Yeah. Run for Your Life, the guitar playing on that. New, 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 new. Love it. Kenny, Rubber Soul.
Y'all gonna throw stuff at me for this one. When Jose said earlier, man, it's hard to pick a favorite on this one. I thought he meant because there was really nothing good on it. Uh, hot take. I'm
Oh.
not real big on Rubber Soul. I never was.
Wow.
If I had a stack of Beatles albums, this would be probably one of the last ones I'd read.
Yo, that's crazy, man.
How
Rubber
dare
Soul
you.
is amazing.
If I'm gonna pick a favorite, I guess I'll just default to "In My Life." It's probably the best thing on here. I like "Drive My Car."
I love that.
Everything
Oh, yeah.
else, eh.
Dude,
I'm
Nowhere
sorry, I know it.
Man.
Here I am.
Nowhere Man?
Yeah, it's good.
Nowhere Man is perfect.
There's some
man.
great songs on here. I'm a girl. I can't stand that song. The fucking
I love
I didn't
Girl,
bring it
dude.
up.
whatever the
You
thing
did.
is
I
they
love
do.
Girl.
Oh, I can't
I
stand
didn't
love
bring it up.
Girl.
You did.
it. Whatever they're doing, that shit's annoying as fuck. I never want. Don't do that in the mic ever. I just did, but yeah, fucking stop. That's terrible.
It's horrible.
ASMR shit or whatever's going on back. They
No,
invented ASMR even in the 60s.
you know what my favorite part of that
Oh,
song
boy.
is where I think it's George. He goes, "Dit, dit, 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 dit." That's my favorite part.
I don't know,
Oh,
dude. I'm
boy.
sorry. Hot take. I'm not big on Rubber Soul.
Oh, Rubber Soul's perfect.
It was hard for me to pick a favorite too, trust me. But it's just because I'm like, I don't know, in my life, I guess.
This album kicked my ass because I was like,
What
"That's
about
my
No
favorite." No,
Reason
that's my
Wood,
favorite.
Ken? Who hurt you?
A lot of people. A lot of people.
Dude.
It's 4-2, John to Paul at this point, just rather who anyone's counting. And
Michelle,
You know I'm
yeah,
counting.
Michelle's good.
dude, Paul McCartney's
Michelle's
got some
cute.
bangers on here.
Yeah.
It's all right. Yeah,
She's all right. Yeah, she got it. Yeah,
What
she
you gonna-
bad. But man, that
No, I never was big on Rubber. If we're gonna go in like the major albums, this would be at the bottom for me.
and this is them during their trip to India, right? We didn't touch on the Maharishi.
Oh no, we're getting to
Fucking
India
great.
later.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know
we'll get
where.
into him. Yeah, they're on their way. This is right around that time.
I don't
So-
know where, but no, India's way later.
No, it's the next album. So,
I have it.
or was it a couple years after the next album? No,
I
we'll
have
get
it.
into
Well,
it.
it's hard to tell by album. I went by fucking years, and there's so many fucking albums.
yeah.
I don't know. If y'all
Well,
know
you-
exactly what album it happened during, then let me know. But I don't know.
Touch on the sitar because you wanted to touch on that.
So
damn
much shit
sitar.
happens all at once. All I said was I want to hit fucking George with a goddamn sitar. Please stop. Fuck's sake.
Well,
I never want to hear
listen.
that. Ever
Rubber
again.
Soul is great, man. Listen to
It did-
Nowhere,
oh yeah.
man. It's-
That's not in my notes because in one of my notes I'm like, oh great, George found a sitar.
That's what I wrote on mine too. Listen, kick it.
Ugh.
If you don't want to talk about this album, get us into the next one because Revolver.
Well, before
Listen.
I get there, a big moment has happened. I think at this time, I'm
Yes.
trying my best to put major moments in order, but they might
Oh,
not be
you're
in order.
right.
So fucking tell
You're
me. if not.
right.
But a big moment
is-
has happened where John Lennon comes out. It says the Beatles are more popular than Jesus,
Which got him killed later on.
which record protests and record burnings happen. Radio stations stop playing them here and there. Lennon gives a very half-assed public apology about it.
Yep. Their final tour.
I was about to say, here's a big moment where it's overshadowed their 1966 U.S. tour, and this is where they kind of stopped touring completely, and they
Yep.
stopped playing live.
Yep.
That's happened for a couple of reasons because they also couldn't hear themselves over all the screaming girls.
Right.
There's no
'Cause the women
fucking PA systems alive at that time that could overpower the crowd and stuff. And
Exactly.
their last
Exactly.
show is August 29th of 1966. Between the outrage, the fact that they were tired, sound systems couldn't keep up with the fans going nuts, and they just wanted to focus on recording and stuff, man. And this is kind of where it's the end of them playing live.
Drugs were about to kick in real shortly.
It's also about to happen.
Yeah. And Brian Epstein. We'll get into Brian Epstein momentarily. with
Right.
the-
That's also going to be a big deal here in a second. And I
Yep.
have all that written down when it
Yep, I
happens,
got
I
it
hope.
written down too.
But yeah, so John Lennon's "we're more popular than Jesus" comment and the fact that they have stopped playing live kind of happened around here.
Yep. And those words came back to haunt him later on and sold
Yeah.
the claim to fame, you know?
Yeah. So it's
Yeah. Which is
fascinating
unfortunate.
stuff. So next, I did not go through yet. Next,
Revolver.
we get to Revolver. Yeah, I know what's next. I was just trying to get to the information more.
I'm judging
Uh,
everybody based on their favorite song on this album.
I'm gonna
You
fuck
better.
everybody up on mine, probably.
Oh, I know
So-
what yours is. I have
No,
an
you
idea
don't.
whether-
No, you don't. Revolver 1966. I will go last since now it's interesting.
All right,
But
listen.
this is where the experimental era really starts to begin. This is where they've taken LSD for the first time, except
Yeah.
Paul didn't. He's like, nope, because he's Paul. Beatles at Shea Stadium live happens this year.
Yes. Yes.
And I'll get to
Yes.
something fun after this whole thing, but we'll go ahead and cover Revolver first. Y'all go all
Yes.
the way.
So listen, speaking of Paul is officially in the driver's seat.
I thought you was gonna say something
Out-
else.
No. The Paul is dead claims. Listen, we'll get to that
Oh, I was
in a
about to say,
second.
I thought you were going to say something else. Paul is officially fucking dead.
Paul is dead, and he becomes the Warriors later on, as Louise mentioned.
Yeah, Paul
But
is dead happens. We'll get to the aftermath. Go ahead. Y'all go ahead on music
my
first.
my favorite song on this album, and it's in my top, damn near close to my top five favorite Beatles songs of all time. Kenny already knows. I'm gonna break the hearts of many 70s R&B and soul kids. My favorite song on Revolver is Got to Get You Into My Life.
Of course.
One of Paul McCartney's greatest masterpieces, and there's a
Yeah, it's
lot of
good.
them on this album.
It is.
We haven't even touched the surface, but this song,
Oh, yeah,
listen,
you're right.
I love Earth, Wind, and Fire. They're from Chicago. Fun fact. Or as I like to call them, I think Kenny's called them like this before. The
Mhm.
Elements.
Yeah, baby, the
Yep,
elements.
the Elements. Earth, Wind, and
Yeah,
Fire. The Elements.
EWF.
EWF. The Elements. Yep, I love Earth, Wind, and Fire, but the original
Mm,
is right
big
here,
fan.
baby. Paul McCartney, man. Paul
Fuck yeah.
McCartney penned the song "Got to Get You Into My Life." I love the Earth, Wind, and Fire version. For the record, let it be known. But the Beatles version is superior. That's where I first discovered it, even though I was a soul kid as a kid too. I discovered that much later. But this Beatles one, man, perfect song. Here, there, and everywhere. Good God Almighty. My favorite part of the song. It's a beautiful song, but that little guitar effect, that wah 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 wah. I love that. I love that so much. Such a sad song, kind of very romantic, but that subtle change is great. Very needed. Eleanor Rigby.
Yeah.
Eleanor Rigby. Eleanor Rigby. She said, for no one. Listen, Paul's 5 for 5. Paul's 5 for 5. Paul's 5 for 5. But John Lennon, don't sleep on John, because John's got, listen, I'm only sleeping.
hmm
Good Day Sunshine. Oh man, Paul
I was about
six
to
for
say,
six.
Good Day
Good
Sunshine. If
Day
you're gonna talk
Sunshine.
Paul
Jesus
songs on
Christ, I
here, is
forgot.
way up
Andrew
there,
Bird
man.
can sing, dude. Oh my God. If I gotta pick favorites, listen, my least favorites are Love You Too and Dr. Robert, but they're still good songs. Tomorrow Never Knows is ahead of its
hmm
time.
hmm
What a way to end an album, and what a way to kick off the next one, which we'll talk about later on. But Taxman, obviously the way to kick it off.
Taxman's
Wow.
cool.
Taxman's incredible. Take that, IRS. But hey, not the rest. I'm talking about
Erwin
the
R. Shyster has something to say about that.
yeah, or the nice shows there has something to say about it. Yeah. Yellow Submarine is a classic. You either love or hate Yellow Submarine. I love Yellow Submarine. But Got to Get You Into My Life, here, there, and everywhere, for no one,
Oh,
Good Day Sunshine, and Eleanor Rigby, man. Paul kills on this album. Next.
go ahead, Luis.
for me, man, that's a solid pick. I agree with you. Um, Revolver, 1966. We're getting there, Ken. We're getting there. I can
Yeah,
feel it.
yeah, I can feel it. This,
The
this is
end of my
black and white,
favorite era.
technically.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's still not colorful, baby.
I love that album artwork
But
too.
It's
so the
beautiful art.
funny thing is, my number one is probably
It's
the most colorful song on here. And it's my number one because, like I mentioned earlier, my introduction was that number one album. Well, when I was in elementary school, we had this thing called Student Appreciation Week.
Yeah.
During that week, they played movies in the auditorium. I
They do.
remember that Love Bug movie with Herbie. One of the ones that we did was Yellow Submarine. And I remember thinking it was pretty cheesy. The meanies scared me. More on that later. But I wanted to explain that why my number one has to be Yellow Submarine, because technically, after Ticket to Ride, it was probably the second most Beatles song that I knew growing up as a kid.
Yellow Submarine.
You know? Oh
Yellow
yeah,
I got
Submarine.
it
the
was great.
Matchbox car here.
Yeah, I have that card too, stashed in my toy somewhere. But yeah,
And
Me
then
too.
my second one
Oh,
has to be because we live in Illinois, Jose and I.
Yeah.
Uh, good
it's
old
about to be.
tax man. That's pretty much what
Yeah.
they do in Illinois.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then my third one is Eleanor Rigby, which I wanted to ask you
Man.
guys: have you ever listened to Eleanor Rigby? The one time I was listening to it, if you listen to it with one headset instead of both, like I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's the only song they did this way, but I noticed that when Eleanor Rigby, I remember listening to Eleanor Rigby. Fun fact: my daughter was almost named Eleanor. Uh,
Oh, that's beautiful.
yeah,
That's beautiful,
but
man.
her name's Lenora. But
Close
close
enough.
enough.
Close enough.
You said
It's a
it.
great song, man.
I remember hearing parts of the song in one earbud and another part of the song in another earbud. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that.
Me too. Me
Yeah, I
too.
wanted to mention that low
I've
key.
tested this out.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't trying to do that, but it just happened the way I was, when I was studying it and I was going
Yep.
through it. My like early back when I was like in college.
Yep.
So that's my one, two, and three. My
Mhm.
fourth one is gotta get you into my life,
My
Jose.
favorite.
Oh
Love it.
yeah, it's in my
Love
top
it.
five, brother. It made it.
I
Uh,
love that song so much.
Again, and this was another album for me that I was fighting myself on, and you'll see what I mean. My fifth one is Good Day Sunshine.
It's a
Number
great
six is
song.
For No One. My number seven is She Said, She Said. And my number eight is Here, There, and Everywhere.
Ah.
Yeah. And those are the three that I was fighting myself to get into top five, but and
Oh
then
man.
honorable mentions and Your Bird Can Sing, I do enjoy.
Ah.
And
Love it.
yeah.
I love that song. Gotta get you into
Oh
my life. It's funny because I don't do drugs and I don't drink alcohol. It's Paul's
yeah.
love song to marijuana. Out of all the
Oh,
things in the
That's right.
world,
I could never get into that one though.
That's a
got
great
to get you
song.
into my life. That's Paul's love song to marijuana. Gotta get you into my life.
That's right.
Never made that connection to my adulthood, but
It's a great
it's
one.
always gonna be my favorite song on the album.
Yeah.
Kenny, you're I know what your favorite song on Revolver is. You're not throwing me a
You
curveball, so
don't.
go ahead.
You don't. You know
I
why? It would be, but we're going to cover it later. So why would I do it now? Think about it.
Throw us
But
your next curveball.
but no, my son insists. We got a music box in New Orleans, man. We got the Yellow Submarine music box here. Check it out.
Yes, we did.
I hope
That's
Zoom doesn't
excellent.
cut it out. Check it out. Play it out.
I like the
Yes.
Gore shirt too. Oh, I hear it.
Very cool stuff.
That's fantastic. Mine
That's
doesn't
right.
do
We got the Yellow Submarine music box, which is really cool.
Yeah, mine doesn't do
I
that.
love
I gotta.
music boxes, so it was worth it.
That's right.
I-
We got the Revolver. This is where I start bringing records in. I got my record of Revolver here.
Yeah,
Klaus
man.
Vorman artwork, by the way. He's very
Yeah,
important to the Beatles stuff.
great album art. Great album
Great
art.
stuff.
Simple, but it's great. I'm only sleeping. Did
So
anyone
yeah, of
mention?
course I had Yellow Submarine as my favorite on
I
this.
told you.
But I gotta color
Really?
Yellow, I gotta cover Yellow Submarine later. So what the fuck am I gonna do then?
Oh, well, yeah, but we'll get into
By the
that.
way,
More on that later.
see that?
Oh, look at that ink.
I got the Yellow Submarine tattooed on me, by the way,
Yeah,
Nice.
because I'm a complete insane person.
I love Yellow Submarine.
But it was hard to say, man. Honestly, my favorite on here, and everybody's gonna be like, "What?" But my favorite on here is "And Your Bird Can Sing."
I love that song.
What a fucking hook! And it's just that hook he just hits you over the head with it, man.
What a riff.
So that's what I'm saying, dude. Some John Lennon here. So another score for John.
What a riff, man. What a riff. What a riff. But I'm only sleeping is great. It's trippy
Yeah.
as
I
balls,
love And Your Bird Can Sing, dude. What a
I love that
fucking
song.
song, dude. Oh my god.
But gotta get you into my life and here, there, and everywhere are just oh my
Right.
god, dude.
And so moving on through the lore, as I said, as we kind of alluded to earlier, this is where the Paul is dead theory happens. And if you have
Yes.
not, and I'm gonna give a shout out here to a guy who's probably more popular than we are, but Edwin Canistracci's fucking YouTube channel. He did a whole
Oh yeah,
deep
yeah, yeah.
dive series on the
Yep,
Paul is Dead thing. I
yep.
did not watch it yet. Technically, sorry. I need to. I'm gonna deep dive. I kept saving it for later because I really want to get into it when I do, and I haven't gotten to it
It's
yet.
on my list too.
Yeah, I have it on my list, and I have not
Mm-hmm.
gotten to it yet, and I need to. But like when I want to do, I really want to pay attention to it. So that's why I kind of
Mm-hmm.
keep haven't gotten to it yet. But
Mm-hmm.
he did a great job. I know he did because he does a killer job on everything. Like I could tell he's about to get really into it. I'm like, damn it, I got to save this so I can really pay attention. But he does a great job on that. Gets really deep in it. The Paul is Dead stuff to me is just fascinating. For anybody who doesn't know, there's a theory that Paul McCartney died in 1966 in a car accident, as far as I know, was the thing. And like the Beatles were so popular, they couldn't just stop everything. So they just replaced him with a dude that looked just like him and just kept running with it like it was no big deal. Not only looked just like it, but played, sounded, and
Which is crazy talk.
There just happens to be fucking
fear.
two dudes that awesome, I guess.
Exactly right.
But it's a really fun theory, and later on, the Beatles have a lot of fun with that too. And we'll get to that
Oh yeah,
also.
it
They're
becomes
gonna
a
More on that
find
laugh.
later.
out. They're gonna find out later about that, and they're gonna have fun with it. And that's where I wrote the note. Probably one album too late. God damn it!
They gonna learn
George has
today.
found a sitar. That's
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
where I
yeah.
wrote it down. I was a
Oh,
little too late on that.
and also in between this and the next album, the tragic passing of Brian Epstein,
Right. Okay, so I
which
had it. Okay, I had it after the next album, but that's a fair point. If you want to get to
okay,
it now
gotcha.
or after the next one, doesn't matter to me.
We'll get after the next one. That's
All
fine
right, I got it after
because
the
that
next
that's
one.
that's important. That's important.
It's very, very, very important.
And the appearance
I
of
think this is the
Yoko.
only one I looked at as far as release wise when it happened, and I think it was a little bit after. But,
Yeah, and Yoko coming in to the mold, which
oh, that's gonna happen too.
yeah, it's
It's
it's it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. So, do
all coming together.
you want me to go to the next album?
You can if you want.
Okay, so the next album is the big one, man. Often considered the greatest album of all time, not by me. Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Exactly. Yep. Exactly. Which I have the hat. Ironically enough, it's not my favorite Beatles album. It's not even in my top 5 Beatles albums. Imagine that.
Mm.
But it's the one everyone talks about. However, that's not to say this album is not exempt from its bangers. I know Luis is looking at me funny because this is not his Beatles era. I already know it isn't.
That
Because all the
is it.
colors, like I know it's not.
Oh,
I'm gonna hand it
it's
to Luis in
a
a second.
rainbow of colors now.
For the longest time, my favorite song was the 1-2 punch of the title track, Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and With a Little Help from My Friends.
Mm-hmm.
The Joe Cocker version gets a lot of love, but the original version with Ringo Starr is the version to get. It's the original. It's the only one you need to hear. Shout out to Joe Cocker. Oh, he did his thing, but Beatles, that's all you need. Basically, they play a fictitious band, right? They stop playing live. They're all in the studio. They play a fictitious band called the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. They introduce it. It's like a Broadway show, right? It's like a musical. They're very silly. The people are laughing. A lot of overdubbing, a lot of orchestration, a lot of colors, like Louis says. But listen, my favorite songs on here, and no, it's not A Day in the Life, even though that is a perfect song. We'll get into that shortly. She's Leaving Home is so sad, but it's a beautiful song. And Lovely Rita. It's kind of weird. I picked those 2 songs as my favorites. Yeah, it's got Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Trippy. The LSD allegations, right? John Lennon's son, I think it was Julian, because Sean wasn't born yet. He drew a picture of Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, and that's how the song came to be, supposedly. Because John's son, Getting Better is a dark horse. I love Fixing a Hole. Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite is great. Definitely the weakest song on here is Within You Without You. Definitely the weakest song on here.
Oh yeah.
When I'm 64 is okay. You know, it's a silly song. But I mentioned to Louise Ken that my 2 favorites are She's Leaving Home and Lovely Rita.
Wow.
She's Leaving Home, dude, is such a sad song, man. It brings me to tears.
Wow. You
It's
know what?
such
I'll spoil it now. My favorite.
She's Leaving Home?
Yes.
We're in sync, man.
My
Dude, that
favorite.
song
I'm
is
sad I walked away and I had to go use the bathroom right quick. But yeah, my
dude,
favorite on this album is just She's
that
Leaving Home.
song is so beautiful, man.
Beautiful.
The older I get, it's like she's at the end where he's like, she's leaving home.
Wow. I thought I had the dark horse
Bye,
on that. I didn't think anybody even
bye.
bring it up. That's my favorite song on the
No,
album.
man. I've talked about it before with you in private, during the when it was just us two,
Yeah.
before Luis helped us and made us better. But a
That's
day
right.
we got to talk about A Day in the Life. Obviously,
Yeah, of course. A Day in the
it's
Life,
often
blah, blah, blah.
considered their greatest song.
Yeah.
I don't know that for sure, but it is.
It's fascinating. And you
It's
get the Paul
fascinating.
and John together
Yeah,
stuff, and that's always
yeah.
great to have.
It's
But
got a good video to it, and yeah, we'll get into the Brian Epstein in a second, but I want to hear what Luis has to say because I know Luis got a lot to say about the colors. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna hand over Sergeant Pepper to Luis. Luis, go ahead.
Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. I was just like, are the guys just making a parody of their stuff now? I was like, what? And then thank God they're talented. Their sound is still the same. Uh, I gotta admit that growing up as a kid, I think with a little help from my friends was the easiest one. It's still my number one. But I mentioned this earlier. Sadly, it's gone now. But if you went to Las Vegas and you went to the Mirage,
Yes.
Circus Soleil had the Beatles' Love,
Yep.
and they used a lot of songs from this album in their
Yes, he
show.
did.
And it really opened my eyes. It really made me look at this album differently, and it really made me
Yep.
have a harder time picking things for our
yeah,
show here.
that's
Um,
fascinating album.
And Luis, before you get into it, that experience is what made She's Leaving Home my favorite song on this album.
Right?
Seeing that live was
It's
like, oh
beautiful.
my God.
I wanted
I
to
went back
ask
and
you.
I
Yeah.
listened to that song in the car and I was
That's
like,
so
oh
crazy.
my God. What a beautiful composition, dude.
It's awesome.
Yeah. It's a great album. Now that I've watched that. For my number two, this is no surprise. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds and all its controversy, baby. LSD.
Love it. Love
although,
it.
although I'm a huge John and Julian fan. I have Julian's autograph. I love
Nice.
Julian.
That's nice.
Wow.
That's awesome.
This probably won't be the first time on the show I say this, but
I
my
got the
uncles
Julian Les
Joey and
Claypool
Mike,
record.
yeah,
I think I
we're
have that
all
too,
It's
actually.
good.
dude,
It's
Julian
good.
low key is one talented dude. There's a
Yes, he
lot of
is.
songs that he did that you don't realize it's him, and I'm like, oh my god,
Yep.
that was Julian.
Yep.
Whoa, I love that song.
Have you heard that,
Um,
Luis? I'm interrupt you. Do you know Primus at all? The band
yeah,
Primus.
I've heard of them.
So the lead singer of Primus, Les Claypool, does stuff with Julian, and
Who's also the
it,
bass player.
yeah, it's
Really?
fantastic stuff.
Very talented band.
Oh my god.
Like
Yeah.
they can play.
Is it
Like those
called
guys
that?
are
Is it
Heard
what's
of
it
them.
called, Jose? Because I'm forgetting off the top of my head.
the what?
What's it called? The band they do. Is it just called Les Claypool and Julian Leonard? What's it called?
Oh, Les Claypool something. I can't remember I
God
can't
damn it!
remember
I got the
exactly.
record. I'm gonna look it
You
up.
gotta
Y'all
send
talk.
me that,
Hang
Ken.
on.
You gotta send me that, Ken.
Oh, dude, it's fantastic. Y'all talk. I'm gonna look it up.
So, what I was getting into about Julian,
The
he is
Claypool
not the
Lennon
only.
Delirium.
God damn it, that's it. Les Clool.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck it, Les Clool.
All right, go on, Luis.
Yeah.
George, Ringo, and Paul, they all have generation children that are all talented too. And my uncle Joey and my uncle Mike have always been praying for them to get together and do it. So yeah, my number two is Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
Great.
We're going back to the album song. My number three is Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
The intro or the reprise?
The intro.
The
I would
intro,
say.
gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
the early one.
The
The
early one.
reprise is great though, but
Yeah, it's good.
the intro, the intro really hit.
Mhm.
My number four, and this is completely Cirque Soleil, Beatles love, influenced. I'd be lying if I wasn't. A Day in the Life. They did a really good show on that one.
Yeah, they
My
did.
number five, I know you said it was a silly song, but being a John Lennon guy and having a lot of love for George, it's really sad that they both didn't make it to 64. When you listen to that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
That hit me with like a ton of bricks listening to that and
George almost made
realizing
it,
that.
but not close.
Yeah, cancer.
Yeah, cancer.
Um, Lovely Rita is
Oh,
my number six, and I completely thought of Dexter because his baby mama in love is the lovely Julie Benz. Uh, Lovely Rita. That's what I thought of right away.
it's a beautiful
Um,
song.
Nice.
so that's I did a top six on this one. I had a really hard time not including Getting Better.
I love that
Oh
one.
yeah,
Uh,
you're getting better. So good.
Great.
being
Paul
for the
McCartney.
Yes,
and
sir.
another Circus Soleil influenced one, Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite,
I love that one
Yeah.
too. Yep.
and With You Without You. I think those are the
Eh,
three. Good morning, good morning. I thought it was a different
I
song,
don't like
eh,
that one.
that one's
but yeah, but those are the
yeah.
ones that I came a close, but not bad. I like the
Yeah.
album.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I absolutely love When I'm 64. I must be the only one. That would probably be like my second
I
favorite
like it.
song on the whole fucking album, dude.
It's in my top five.
Besides She's Leaving Home, like I love When I'm 64 way too much. It's so fun. Oh, that reminds me. Trivia time, motherfuckers. On When I'm 64, what is the three grandchildren's names?
Oh my God.
That's on your knee. Grandchildren on my
Grandchildren
knee.
on my knee.
What's their three names?
Oh,
One of them, Desmond.
Nope.
where you standing?
I'm not even looking at my notes.
No, I'm thinking. I'm dazing off into the sunset at this point.
I know this one. This is
I
a
didn't
trivia
write that.
question I threw in just for fun.
I didn't write that
Huh.
down.
Of course not.
I don't think I've listened to that
I
one
didn't
as
write
much
that down.
as.
I'm looking.
I love this is how much I love that song. It's Vera, Chuck, and Dave.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Okay, you're right.
okay,
Fun stuff. I wrote that down. That's how much I love that song. I love that song
nice
so
little
much.
tip. Yeah, I like that.
Vera, Chuck, and
The
Dave.
She's Leaving Home pick. I'm surprised that's your favorite too, Ken.
Yes,
That's amazing.
absolutely. 100%.
Wow,
I
Yeah, that's my.
love She's Leaving Home.
Yeah, that Cirque du Soleil that Louise mentioned. I went to that too. That was eye opening for me.
dude.
Now
Tell
that
Ken.
I'm
Tell
older.
Ken. Oh, it's great,
Yeah.
Ken.
Well, dude, I never go anywhere.
Yeah,
I'm broke.
it was amazing. It was
Uh,
amazing.
but yeah,
I
Sergeant
hear you.
Pepper
I got
is.
lucky with my wife, so
Yeah, Sergeant Pepper really brings up like the concept of the album just being more than a collection of songs, and also
Yeah.
brings up the concept of the concept album in a way.
Yes.
It
Yes.
it was my first Beatles album. Like I said earlier, you weren't here for that, Luis, but it was my first Beatles album
Oh yeah,
that
you
I
did
went
say
and
that.
got. Nothing super profound or anything. I listened to a lot of music and eventually got to the Beatles, and that's where I started.
Yep.
no,
My how you found the Beatles story is not fascinating. It's just where I was.
it's different than mine, so I'm interested.
I'm just like, I guess I'll check out the Beatles now. That's it. It's as deep as that goes.
The
Yeah, Day in
colorful
the Life,
side,
of
really?
course. Like I said, at this point, this is what I wrote down. I'm gonna hit George with that sitar. um, but yeah, so Rubber Soul inspires Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys,
Yes, it does. Yes,
which
it does.
Ooh,
brings the
Brian
Beatles to write
Wilson.
Sergeant Pepper,
Which
and
Pet Sounds
then
inspires this.
then brings Dennis Wilson to go completely crazy writing an album called Smile that never really gets released, and instead he
Until
releases
much
a
later.
version called Smiley Smile or something that's not
Yep.
even remotely close to what it was supposed to be originally. Like Dennis Wilson goes completely insane trying to keep up.
That
But
one
this
has
is
good vibrations on it, right? Smiley Smile?
Pet
That's
Sounds, I
on there,
think
I think.
does. Pet Sounds, I think it would be.
No, that's not
Is
on
it
there.
Smile?
Smiley Smile. It has
Okay,
good vibrations.
fair enough. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Yeah, I
But
think so.
I love Beach Boys. I love the Beatles, and like that's kind of where the arms race of albums actually happen, and that's
I
why
didn't
we
think you
get
were a Beach
people.
Boys fan,
Oh, I love
Ken.
Beach Boys. Oh, I love them.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Brian Wilson, man. We just lost him recently.
Yeah, Brian Wilson just passed away, in
He's
fact. And
passed away, man. A visionary for sure.
absolutely,
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan, man. Huge fan
Yeah.
of Beach Boys stuff. Fantastic
I
stuff.
remember when our Giants had a closer named Brian Wilson there, Ken?
That's right.
How the announcers used to always say when he came out, and here comes Pet Sounds for to close out the game.
Yeah. Wouldn't it
And
be
his
nice
freaking
if you
beard.
want to go into Beach Boy stuff? Wouldn't it be
Oh,
nice? Is my favorite.
you know what my
Oh,
favorite
that's
on
my
that one
favorite
is?
too.
My favorite on that, I
51st
love
Dates.
Wouldn't It Be Nice, but my favorite is Don't Talk, Put Your Head on My Shoulder.
Mm.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
It's
The
so
great stuff.
psychedelic, man.
Love Beach Boy stuff. But yeah,
I know there's an answer.
between those two, that's how we get to the point in where people are like putting out albums that mean something besides just here's a
God
collection of
only
our
knows.
singles, And that's where albums become albums is because of this. And this is where Dennis Wilson also goes completely insane.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
that's a fun point in music.
Absolutely.
And now this is where I wrote down that Brian Epstein has passed away.
Yep.
It's 1967, August 27th, as a matter of fact. Once the Beatles, because he was their road manager, and once they stopped playing live, he really struggled with that and not really being needed. They tried to find ways to keep him around, but it just, once you're that guy and you're not really needed, like, what's he going to do? And he struggled as Jose mentioned with the sexuality stuff for him, and that's really sad, and
Yeah, Brian Epstein.
pills and alcohol. He ended up ODing. We're not completely sure it was suicide or not, but either way, demons got the best of him.
Definitely.
The Beatles, here's the saddest part. The Beatles didn't even want to attend his funeral because they didn't want to bring that amount of attention to give the family any kind of peace. They didn't even go to Brian Epstein's funeral.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because if they show up, imagine all the media and everything, and probably helicopters flying over and shit,
Oh, yeah.
They didn't want to bring all that just to give the family any kind of privacy whatsoever. They're like, look, man, we just won't go. And imagine Brian was like, at the beginning with them. Like we said that when we started all this.
Yep.
Brian's the one that found them and it's like, hey, you guys are awesome. Come check out, my producer over here, George Martin.
He cleaned them up. They started wearing suits, right?
Exactly. Between him and George, I had this written down.
My favorite look.
They made them wear suits. Because, hey, man, when you come here, you're at work, dude. You wear suits.
Exactly.
Your fans are wearing suits to work. So are you.
And the Scullies? Love that.
Yeah.
That shit was important to the whole thing, dude.
Yep.
I dressed up like that for my project. Fun fact.
Nice.
Oh, the Beatles suits?
Yeah, that's good.
Do you have the trench coat?
Scully and everything. Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
And the Scully, too.
That's awesome.
And Brian Epstein's assistant, Peter Brown, had actually found a suicide note written by Brian, but Brian begged him not to tell anyone, and he didn't, and he regretted it forever. It's all really sad shit, man.
Which would make more sense that only the Beatles knew about his, his closeted sexuality.
Right.
Yeah. Because you would get killed for that shit back then.
So it all goes downhill from there. And
yep, it really does. It really does.
I had a whole other section in between this, but I feel like right now is the point where you should note here that these guys at this point, they've lost their friend and they're about to go through this whole religious experiment that's ridiculous. And
the
John and Ringo are 27. Paul's 25 and George is 24 at that point.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Being the most popular people on the fucking planet. The dude that made you that and was there the whole time is passed away through all of his stuff. And the whole experience we're about to go into happens to you guys. And you're 25-ish. What were you doing at 25, dude?
Literally 4 or 5 year gap between the beginning and this,
You know what I mean? It's
crazy.
Just fascinating. So here's where I'm going to leave it to y'all. We got a good way to go. We could stop here or we could power through.
Up to you guys. Whatever you want to do. Luis, what you got?
I'm down. Let's go. Let's keep going.
All right, man. Let's do it.
Number 9.
It's going to be
the 9th album they released.
Magical Mystery Tour.
Number 9.
Number
The Magical Mystery
Good
Tour
time.
happens in 1967. Uh, I'll
Wow.
let y'all go for a minute while I
A-
gather my shit.
Actually, yeah. Magical Mystery Tour. So this basically, I mean,
We
people
get another
call it a
film here, right?
we get another film. Yep, the Magical Mystery Tour. Whether you call it a glorified EP or not, that's your
Right.
prerogative. But me personally, I count this as a part of the chronology, if you will, of Beatles discography. Man, again, Paul clears 100%. My favorite song, without question, my two favorites, actually, my three favorites: Hello, Goodbye,
Mm,
Penny Lane, and The Fool on the Hill.
interesting.
Those are my three favorites. But I love the title track. I love I Am the Walrus. Strawberry Fields, of course, I forgot to mention. Gotcha. Baby, You're a Rich Man is silly. All You Need Is Love.
Yeah.
You know, you get a little clunker in Blue Jay. Well, no, not Blue Jay Way.
Well, I
Is
would
it
say
Blue
Blue
Jay
Jay
Way?
Way is
Yeah,
fantastic.
Blue Jay Way's good. No, yeah, no clunkers on here. It's 11 songs, but they're all solid. But man, the star players on here are those three songs. The fucking video to Hello Goodbye is crazy. There's a pop punk band or pop rock band called Hello Goodbye. Fun fact, they got their name from that song.
Yeah. Oh,
This
yeah.
Beatles
Absolutely.
song, Hello
Absolutely.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
That's where their name came
But
from.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, the Beatles inspired so much shit, even if it's stuff you hate, even if it's stuff you
Exactly.
love, man. They inspired
Everybody.
everything from rock bands to boy bands, dude.
Everybody, man. Everybody. But
Fucking
yeah,
NSYNC and Metallica. It all comes from fucking the Beatles, dude.
everybody. Queen, everybody, man.
It all
Everybody that
comes
came
from the
after.
fucking Beatles, bro.
Sabbath, you name it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's all the Beatles.
Yeah. But Magical Mystery Tour, solid album. Not much more to say. Great collection of
Yeah, we
songs.
can go through this one quick.
All right. Luis.
Yeah, so like you mentioned, Magical Mystery Tour, more colorful stuff by the band, you know, not my cup of tea, but again, their sound is just unique. The fellas are talented, so it was so hard for me not to love this
Uh,
album. I mean, growing up as a kid, I gotta say, All You Need Is Love was like the big, mainstream song. Circus Soleil,
Anyway,
remember Jose? Circus Soleil, they used that one a lot, right? The
that
thing was called
was
Love. It was
that
called
was
Love.
atmospheric. Yep.
Yeah. My second one was Hello Goodbye, and I remember the first time I heard that one on a commercial,
I
I think for the Apple
love that
iPhone
one.
or something.
Yeah, it was.
So those two, right? And then I watched a movie called Dinner for Schmucks, and my Uncle Mike's favorite word, schmuck. Uh, the Fool on the Hill was the song that the movie started with, as
Perfection.
they lead you into the scene of Steve Carell working on his miniatures. If you haven't seen that
Perfection.
movie, you got to see it. It's hilarious. So
Perfection.
that was my number three. My number four shouldn't come as a surprise. Strawberry Fields Forever. John's,
Ahead of
it
its
was
time.
a Salvation Army place that he wasn't allowed to go to, but they told him to stop playing over there or whatnot. But he loved the sound that the band would make over there. His Aunt Mimi would always tell that story of them trying to go over there to see them, and he was always in a hurry to get there.
Yeah.
Um, Strawberry Fields Forever. Penny Lane is, like you mentioned, Paul
Ah.
McCartney. It's my number five, so that's my top five right there. Um, his
I've
childhood, Penny Lane was actually like it was the spot where he would always take the bus to meet up John. It was like like Jefferson Park is for us, Jose, the little meetup. Like you and me, if we wrote a song, it would be called Jefferson Park.
Jefferson Park, exactly. Good old Jeff Park, man.
Oh yeah, dude. Um, my number four. Oh man, I must have fought myself here again. But that four was Strawberry Fields
Yeah,
Forever.
four was
Uh,
Strawberry Fields.
Five
It,
is if I ever won $1 million, if I ever won the lottery. And I heard it the first time on the credit scene for Social Network, that
oh
movie
yeah,
with a young Andrew Garfield,
young
Spider
Andrew
Man,
Garfield. Yep.
and Jesse Eisenberg about Facebook. Baby, You're a Rich Man. Me and
Great
my
song.
uncle Mike loved that song. I
Yeah.
still remember me and him jamming to it. Baby, you're a rich
Rich
man.
man,
You
That's a
keep
good
baby,
one.
you're a
all your
rich
money
man
in a
too.
big brown bag inside the zoo. So, if I ever won the lottery, I'm going to put a bunch of cash in a paper bag and I'm going to Lincoln Park Zoo, Jose, and I'm
Oh
doing the
yeah,
photo.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, yeah, I
yeah.
love that song.
I've had
So,
I've had the pleasure of going to the straw or the on the Magical Mystery Tour in Liverpool. Every time I go to Spain, I always hit up England.
nice.
And man, they take you to Strawberry Fields, they take you to John Lennon's home, they take you to George's home, literally everything, man. The orphanage is still
That's
there.
awesome.
Crazy, man. It's an experience. Next time I go, if I ever go back, I will definitely show some video because it's life changing.
That's awesome,
If
dude.
you ever get
They're
a chance to
definitely on my to-do list.
go on the Magical Mystery Tour in Liverpool, man, it's oh my God, life changing, amazing.
That's really cool. So yeah, that's my top six.
Yeah,
And the other three were good too. Your Mother Should Know would probably be the next one that I had probably fought myself not to include.
yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, great, good album,
good one. Yeah, good
for the
collection of
colorful
songs.
era, you know.
My favorite thing in all of this is fucking Luis's hatred of colors when he's the most fucking bubbly person in any room we've ever had. I love this.
What can I say? I like
He's
my
like,
music a
goddamn
little
colors.
black and white,
I
I
had
love
to
that
mute my
era.
mic. I was laughing so hard just
Fuck
a
these
minute
colors,
ago.
man.
Fucking colors.
Oh boy. Did we use the whole palette? Come on now.
Oh man.
Fuck them
Luis
colors,
is like
man.
the happiest person here in any show we've ever done. He's like, these fucking colors. if
It's
I if
great.
I had to pick a favorite song on here, I guess I would say "All You Need Is Love" by Lennon, but I'm not gonna. And I'm not saying this in any of it's bad.
It
What I'm
went number
saying is
one.
I'm picking a favorite based on
Mhm.
someone else covering something. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Like if I'm
If
picking
it's
based off
yours.
of just great songs off of this album, fine. I'll say "All You Need Is Love." But
Hmm.
my favorite fucking song on this album that no one even mentioned is the self-titled song, "The Magical Mystery Tour,"
I talked
because
about it briefly.
I love Cheap Trick's version of it. If you ever
Yes.
fucking oh my
Yes.
god, Robin Zanders singing this shit makes it a song.
That man not
The
only can he sing, but he
Magical
does the Beatles
Mystery
justice, dude.
Tour. Them
Oh
playing,
my
I
God.
love when Cheap Trick can play Magical Mystery Tour. Fucking crushes me every time, dude.
They're from right around the corner, man. They're from Rockford. Just a
Absolutely.
couple hours away,
I'm
but still.
huge, and if you have not heard it, Luis, go check out Cheap Trick at all if you have not. But their
Yeah.
version of Magical Mystery Tour makes it my favorite song on this album.
Good
You
70s catchy poppy hard
know what I'm
rock.
saying? Like
Yeah,
it has
I
nothing to
gotta
do with
check
the
them out.
Beatles. I love that when I hear the Beatles version, it makes me think of Cheap Trick and it makes me happy.
I heard
Yeah.
rumors that John was supposed to be their lead
So
singer before he
y-
got shot.
Interesting.
picture a
Yeah.
band that you know the song Paperback Writer, right? It's in that style. That band plays in that style. It's so good. Cheap
Yeah.
Trick is
But,
fantastic.
I
yeah.
love Cheap Trick. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
My
Oh,
Yeah.
mother-in-law
Yeah.
loves them.
nice.
Yeah. It's great.
Glad. I love them so much.
Great,
And it's
man.
weird because
Fantastic.
I'm not huge on the studio stuff, but any live stuff I can get of them, bootlegs or whatever, I'm a massive fan of. I
Oh
love Cheap
man, I
Trick.
love those 70s studio.
Yeah, the studio stuff is great. I'm not hating, but like if
Yeah.
I can get any live stuff of them, oh, give me.
Oh
I
man. Yeah, I've seen them live many times. They're
have
fantastic.
not seen them yet, but I'll take bootlegs. Uh, but
If
yeah,
you
My
ever get a chance
mother-in-law
to go,
saw them
go.
at Wrigley Field.
yeah.
Oh, me
Oh.
too.
But
I saw the
them covering Magical Mystery Tour makes Magical Mystery Tour my
Robin
favorite
Zander
song on the
can
fucking album
sing.
by a lot.
I'll have
Robin
to check
Zander
it
can
out, man.
sing.
Oh,
I saw the Police at Wrigley Field in '08.
so
I
good.
was at that show.
Sting?
The Police when they reunited for the one
So Sting was there.
Sting was
Yes.
it? Yeah, the Police. Yeah,
Oh
Sting,
yeah.
Stewart, and Andy. Yeah,
I
they
love
played.
Sting, dude.
Yeah, I saw them
I
in
love Sting.
2008.
Okay, cool.
Killing them.
Yeah, I love the Police for sure.
Yeah, one of my
Yeah.
favorite bands. I had to go see them. I spent all my money, but it was worth it.
No, I would imagine I would too.
It was worth it. It was worth it.
You
It was an
never give me your
expensive.
money.
It's
All
like a
right.
$300
Good
ticket. It
song.
was worth it though. It was worth it. It was
All
worth it.
right.
Alrighty, so
So we're
that
going to 1968, and this is where, if it's right or wrong, I don't fucking know. But this is where I brought in the Beatles Go to India. and take part in the meditation fucking rituals with the Maharishi.
Yes, fucking weirdo.
Um, this is where they kind of get off of drugs for a minute, or they at least agree to.
Yeah, they lay off for a second.
And of course, this is because of George.
Yes, yes,
It was a productive time for him. They wrote a lot of the White Album during this.
but not together. Each one separately.
No, separately, yes. And this is where that
Separately.
we'll get to how much of a mess that is. But so when Brian passed, they couldn't go, like I said. Ringo left after 10 days of being there. We were talking
They
about this
left for
earlier.
2 weeks. Yep.
10 days later, Ringo's like, fuck this, I'm out.
Yep.
Paul left, I think like I don't remember. It was like a week or so after that because of business. He's like, I got a business to attend to, and he got the fuck out of there. And
They are fist fighting at this point.
but George and John took this shit seriously.
Eric Clapton comes in.
Right.
Yep.
But
Yoko Ono comes in.
But George and John both, like you had said, they left pretty immediately after rumors of inappropriate behavior with female students that it came up. John tried talking to Maharishi before he left. It got pretty heated between the two.
Yep.
And Maharishi asked why they were leaving, and John said, "If you were so cosmic, you'd know why." I love that. You full of shit, motherfucker, is what he said.
I wrote that down. Yeah, that Maharishi guy.
Yeah, he was full of shit. And the whole thing was full of shit. And he was preying off of their popularity and stuff, and they knew it after a while. Just like all fucking religions, but that's my opinion.
I don't wish that on anyone except people who touch children and animals. You know, fuck you for that. You know.
But so that whole the Beatles go to India thing was a trip, and the Maharishi and all that silliness happens at this point. Yep.
But man, we get a buttload of songs on this one.
So is
the White Album, the self-titled Beatles, aka
the Beatles album. Is the album, the White Album. Have it here.
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
1968. By the way, I've given up trying to figure out what fucking shit is what. Is this Apple yet or no?
This is Apple. Yeah.
Okay.
This is Apple at this point.
Not Apple iPods.
No, Apple Records.
No, they are not owned by what's his face, Jobs or whatever.
Steve Jobs was not a thing yet. He was starting.
I will let y'all run for a minute if you want on this one.
All righty, man. So let's split it up. I split it up into 2 discs.
You gotta do top 10, Jose.
No, I'm not doing top 10. Trust me. 10. First disc, there's a song I want to talk about because on the first disc, my favorite song is between 2 songs. The first one I want to talk about is Rocky Raccoon.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere on the Black Mountain Hills out there lived a boy named Rocky Raccoon. John Lennon, excuse me. Paul McCartney channeling his inner country white boy. And it works. Man, this is such a great song. Of course, Back in the USSR and Dear Prudence are masterpieces. We talked about Glass Onion. Have we? We mentioned it in passing. The Walrus was Paul. A lot of references to the past, allegations. The Walrus was Paul. Paul is dead. All the conspiracies surrounding the Beatles, right? But let me talk about Obla Di Obla Da for a second. You either love or hate this goddamn song. And I fucking love it. So much so that it's tied with Rocky Raccoon as my favorite song. Kenny, I said my favorite songs on here. Rocky Raccoon, I already talked about it. And the song you either love or hate is Obla Di Obla Da on disc 1.
Not going to end up in my favorites, but I do love it a bunch.
This song is so good that at the beginning...
My favorite is really weird.
Yeah, the piano at the beginning was John Lennon was pissed off because he's like, oh, this fucking bullshit. Like, Paul with his granny music.
The grandma songs.
Bitch ass Paul with his granny music. So that he was pissed off playing that, and it works.
So good. Love Obla Di.
Obla Di Obla Da and Rocky Raccoon on disc 1. Those are my favorites.
Oh, Rocky Raccoon is badass.
While My Guitar Gently is a classic. That's the only one to feature an outside member in Eric Clapton. on guitar with George. A lot of history and tension in between those two. I'll say that much.
Oh.
But yeah, fuck Eric Clapton for that shit. If you know, you know.
You look
And of
wonderful
course,
tonight.
yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. Oh, and Julia, of course, which is John Lennon's
Yeah, it's about his
John
mom or
Lennon's
whatever.
memory to his mom, Julia,
Yeah.
who, was struck by a drunk driver
Julia.
early on in their career, which is unfortunate, but Then we move to this two, man. This two is where it gets a little spotty, but the clear winner here is Helter Skelter. That's without saying. But then everybody's got something to hide except me and my monkey. I love that song. Sexy Sadie. There's some good ones on here, man. Mother Nature Son's beautiful. Your blues. Oh, you know the reason why. I like that one. But then you get Drek like number nine, number nine, number nine. Turn that shit off. So those are my favorites. Revolution number nine and Good Night. Get them out of here. Luis, White Album.
White Album, 1968 Beatles. Ken, they must have heard me. I must have pulled a Marty McFly and gone back in
See?
time and told them
Yeah.
no more
Blackbird rules
colors,
too.
No colors.
no colors, baby. So we're back to white here. My number one song. This should come as no surprise. I'm glad you didn't steal it from me, because I'm gonna do this. Julia is my
Oh,
number one. I'm a
It's
John
great.
Lennon guy through and through.
oh,
His mom meant the world to him, like anybody who has a mother they love that they, if they happen to lose her, I
Exactly.
get it. He
Yeah.
named his son after her, you know?
Yeah.
And she played a huge role in his musical career because she was the one who introduced him to a lot and supported him because Mimi was
I
all
have that too.
art and serious stuff, make a real career out of yourself.
Yep.
She was realistic. His mom was the dreamer, which is one of the things that they fought about. But yeah, number one's Julia from me. Number two is Dear Prudence. I
Great
great
like
song.
one.
that one.
Great
Oh
one.
yeah.
Great song.
Number three is Back in the USSR.
Paul
Um,
McCartney on drums on both those songs. Fun fact.
Yeah.
really, you don't know how lucky you are. Um, Obladi is number four for me.
I love that
Da-da-da.
song so much.
So good.
Oh yeah, and you guys know I got to pay my respect to my boy George.
Oh.
While my guitar gently weeps is
Yeah, it's a
my
great one.
top
Yeah.
five.
Yeah, one of his
Love that
masterpieces,
song.
dude.
Undeniable for sure.
Undeniable, yeah.
Love that song. Doesn't Eric cover it too, right? All the time?
Eric plays guitar on that one.
Yeah,
He
right?
he shows up
Plays
on
good.
guitar.
He plays
I
on
was just going
guitar.
to ask you. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's him doing the
even after,
solo.
Yeah, he plays
yeah,
solo on that. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, they were fighting so much, but when Eric Clapton showed up, they were all on their best behavior.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Because Clapton was huge, man. Coming off of Cream.
Hot take. Here's my fucking theory. No one's ever brought up the Clapton is God thing painted on the side of the shed. I think Clapton took that picture himself and he painted it and took that picture himself.
I
Hot take.
agree.
Hot
I
take.
agree. I
Because
agree.
Clapton's boring as shit.
I agree.
That's my point. That's my opinion.
Even Cocaine Blues, Ken?
I'm not saying he doesn't have good
Dude,
stuff. I like some
listen,
cream. I'm just saying he's not all he's cracked up to be. And I think
Derek
the
and the
Clapton is God spray paint on the side of the shed was done by Clapton, picture taken by Clapton. That's my
but you
opinion.
you can agree with me that Derek and the Dominoes is great because of Dwayne Allman.
You fucking think?
I know.
You fucking think?
I know.
Shit, you think out of Dwayne Allman and fucking Eric Clapton, the fucking talent might have came from Dwayne Allman? Maybe. Yeah, I think so too.
Dwayne Allman, man,
Yeah, by a lot.
by a lot. And he died
Yeah,
young
fucking
too.
lot.
He died young too.
Yeah, sadly, yeah.
It's like 26 or 27. No,
Yeah.
not even. He was young.
Mm.
But
Anyway,
go ahead,
go on.
Luis.
Sorry to step all over that.
No worries, man. Nothing boring about cocaine, but I wouldn't know.
Uh,
Just what I heard.
well, of the three of us,
What was I going to tell you? So it's funny you bring that up because at some point, John and George kind of argue about stuff, and George came really close to getting replaced by Eric, right? At some point, I'm trying to remember where I heard that, but
Yeah, because
yeah,
George wanted more of his songs on the album.
yeah,
Hmm.
and I guess they argued about that. Um, Let's see here. My number 6 is Revolution. Love
Oh,
that
I'm
okay.
song.
surprised that's so low
Yeah.
for you, honestly.
Forgot
I,
about that one. That's good.
I like that one, Revolution.
Of course.
Um, Not 9, no, not Revolution 9.
No, it's
No,
the
Love
not
is
that
biggest
one.
trash,
song on there, probably, right?
but Revolution.
Yeah. It's basically the acoustic version of the single, which came out around this time.
For sure. That's my number 6. My number 7 is completely Circus Soleil love inspired again. Glass Onion, Jose mentioned it.
Oh.
The Walrus was Paul.
Does
Yep.
anyone else feel like that song is like a diss track to me? I like when I
Oh, it
listen to it,
is.
and I almost feel like
It
he's talking
is.
shit about Paul to me
It is.
personally.
It's a
Is
diss
he?
track.
Oh,
It's
it
a diss
feels
Oh,
track.
like it. I
It's a
know
diss
you
track.
too soon for that. He'll
It's a
to
diss
me.
do
track.
that.
I don't know,
later.
dude. Like he's posing it as a joke and like he's making fun of the fans for believing that Paul is dead stuff. But if you really listen, he's kind of shitting on Paul.
He's shitting on them. Yeah, because they're fighting.
Oh
They're
yeah.
There's
fighting at this
plenty
time.
of songs later that they will do that,
Oh
right?
yeah, for sure.
How can you sleep, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, more on
How do
that
you
later.
sleep? Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, how do you sleep is badass.
Oh my
Yeah,
God. Forget about it.
yep.
Yep.
So that's my number 7. Blackbird is my number
Oh,
8.
I forgot about
Yeah,
that one.
Blackbird's good.
More Circus Soleil love there. I also got
Legend.
another. It also touched me. Like it reminded me of "Free as a Bird" that John later does, right, as a demo,
Mm-hmm.
and the guys
Mm-hmm.
get together and finish it for him, which I
Yep.
loved.
Yep. They just put it out recently.
Yeah. Number 9 for me was "I'm So Tired."
Oh my
John
I
seems to
God.
like
be
that
tired
one.
all the time, doesn't he? He's always sleeping or tired, it seems
Yeah.
like now.
Happiness is a
Uh,
warm gun.
I was about to get there. Hold on.
so number 10 for me
Don't bring it
is
up now, motherfucker.
Rocky Raccoon.
I love that one.
Rocky made my top 10 there, Jose. It's a good one.
It's great.
I didn't, like I said, I didn't do a, there were so many songs. But my number 11 is going to be "Don't Pass Me By." Everybody,
Wow.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
pull.
"Birthday" is my number 12, which I feel like everybody should
That's
know that
fun.
one, right?
That's
Yeah,
a fun one.
it's a fun one to
Yeah.
play for sure.
It's a fun
Besides,
one.
I was gonna open if I could have played guitar for this, I would have opened with "Ticket to Ride," and I was gonna play "Birthday" for Jose.
It's a fun one on drums. It's a fun one to play on drums. I like that one. It's a very fun one.
It's a fun riff.
I like that one.
My 13 is "I Will."
Oh, I
Um,
love that one.
I like that one too.
Yeah.
"Honey Pie" would be my 14.
Which
That's a
one?
lot.
Honey pie or wild honey pie? Oh, honey
Just
pie.
"Honey Pie."
I say,
Yeah.
why are there so many?
I forgot to
And then-
mention one of my favorites. This is gonna cause some controversy, but why don't we do it in the road, man?
Why don't we do it in a row? It's fucking awesome.
So good.
One of my favorite songs on here.
Me
kidding
too.
me?
Little
Why
too
don't
loud
we
for me.
do it in the road? Oh,
Paul's bass line is so
fuck.
funky on that.
This song
Oh,
jams like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that
slapper,
written
dude.
down.
Oh,
Yeah, do it in the
Good
road's badass.
oh man.
"Good Night" was my number 15. I thought it was a perfect song to end the long list of, the Beatles White Album songs.
It's a long album, but it kind of goes.
It's
Kinda
great. I liked it, and then my last but not least, my number 16. I just wanted to say, I'm gonna let Ken take it away from here, which is a perfect segue. I swear I didn't plan it this way, Ken. "Happiness is a Warm Gun."
There you go.
Oh,
I thought of Sarah Connor, Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Badass chick and her pistol. So
Yep.
I thought of Sarah Connor, Terminator 2.
my finger on your trigger. Happiness is a Warm Gun is my favorite song on this by a lot.
Oh man.
Oh, I love that song.
I
Happiness is
thought
a
it would be
Warm
Helter
Gun, mama.
Skelter.
Oh, I love that song. It's my favorite song on here by a bunch. I love "Happiness Is a Warm Gun."
It's a great song.
So
That's
good, dude.
Charlie's. I was gonna say that's Charlie's song.
My favorite, dude. I
Helter
love
Skelter.
"Happiness." And like overall, like I said, what a glorious mess of a fucking album. This thing is organized chaos. The cracks are starting to show. They're really falling apart from everything that's happened to them.
Yep.
This is where it's finally starting to affect them.
Oh
Like I said, they
yeah.
were we just mentioned how young they were, like Brian passing away, and we just went through the whole crazy religious experiment phase for them and all this crazy stuff happening. They're like 25 average, you know.
And Yoko Ono doing vocals on Bungalow Bill.
Oh,
Come on, man.
um, so like I said, everything I just mentioned is really starting to get to them. They're starting to work separately more.
Yes,
The
they
genres
are.
on this album are all over the place.
Yes, they
Uh,
are.
Jeff Emmerich is the recording engineer, and him
Yep.
and Paul are not getting along.
Not at
Enter
all.
Yoko Ono. Although I will get to that later also.
Yes.
John said Paul's songs are cloyingly sweet and bland, and Paul said John's songs were harsh and unmelodious and deliberately provocative.
Exhibit A, happiness is a warm gun.
Yeah, so
That
good.
song's so good though.
My finger on yellow trigger. That's my favorite
Trigger.
part. I don't get the whole thing. So good. Like I
So
said,
good.
Glass Onion is a fucking diss track.
It is.
Um,
Hit him up before hit him up.
Gently Weeps is great. Rocky Raccoon, Do It in the Road, Blackbird, all that great stuff.
Yeah.
Touched on it from there.
Back in the
Hell
USSR
yeah,
being a total Beach Boys song.
it is. Oh yeah, they're totally fucking back with them because they knew they won.
Yep. For
Yeah, they're
sure.
fucking back with them dudes and stuff. It's great, but yeah, it's a mess at this point.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
So the
But
number 11.
before that, do you want to touch on Yellow Submarine really fast? Just
That's where we're
exactly
going right now.
breeze through it. Breeze through it.
So, like I said, I already mentioned, got the tattoo and such. Got the Yellow Submarine tattooed on me. 1969, baby. This is where my favorite song is, the Yellow Submarine. If I gotta
Oh
bother
man.
covering this, it would have been on Revolver, but if I got to color Yellow Submarine, then I'm gonna cover Yellow Submarine. But there's great songs. The second half of this is fucking George Martin
Orchestrations?
jacking off all over the place, but
Exactly.
the rest of it got some Beatles songs, and they're awesome. All You Need Is Love, Hey Bulldog on the back of Jose's shirt there.
That's it. That's it.
All
Hey
together
Bulldog.
now. Everybody now.
Hey
All
Bulldog.
together now.
I love
Um,
All Together Now.
but we get 6 Beatles songs, and we get George Martin fucking off with orchestra stuff nobody cares about.
Hey
We get a
Bulldog
weird
with
ass
that piano
cartoon that I
riff.
love. Some psychedelic fun. Yellow Submarine, man. My favorite is Yellow Submarine, of course, because this is where I'm gonna
Yeah.
finally just take that.
Mine's Hey Bulldog. Enough said.
Yeah, of course.
Enough said. Luis.
Yeah.
He's
So
just disappeared and can't
Yellow
give us his top
Submarine.
16 on the fucking Yellow Submarine.
Yeah. So Yellow Submarine for me, like I said before earlier on, this is how I was introduced to the Beatles after that my buddy's album of One. We had that movie in elementary school growing up. My favorite one on here is actually All You Need Is Love, the second time it's been on an album, right?
Yes.
My number 2 is Hey Bulldog.
Love it.
Number 3 would be Yellow Submarine for me. Number 4 is All Together Now, and 5 is Pepperland. March of the Meanies creeped me out as a kid. So, but besides that, it was very colorful, very entertaining. Yellow Submarine. So
It's the wall before the wall.
Kinda, yeah, in a way.
It definitely is.
That's
I
fair.
can see that.
That's
It's-
fair. That's a
it's-
great point.
I never thought of it that way until I rewatched the movie for this episode.
That's great.
Totally is.
Yeah, that's fair.
Totally is. But man, now we're starting to get into some ridiculousness because if you're a Beatles historian, this is where we get asked backwards on you.
Right.
Because technically the last released
This is where
album,
I'm writing notes and I'm getting frustrated and I'm messaging you guys like, what the fuck do I do?
Yep. because the next album we're covering is Abbey Road.
We're gonna
which is
do Abbey Road, and
technically-
I swear to God, I pulled out my records. I have the Abbey Road remaster somewheres, but I don't know where it's at. It's not in my fucking Beatles section, that's for sure.
Abbey Road is technically their last recorded album, but it's their second to last released album.
1969.
This is where we get to my
69.
favorite.
69.
Yep, 69, 69. This is where we get into my favorite Beatles album. This is my number one.
Yeah.
Hands down. hands down. From
I'll
the album
tell you now,
cover,
and I'm gonna fuck up the whole ranking thing that happens later. It's hard for me because like Sergeant Pepper's so special and important to me because of
oh,
I put it
absolutely.
number one because of favorite, but I'll put Abbey Road as number two because of best. Because Abbey Road is by far the best fucking
It's
Beatles
the
album by
best
a
Beatles
lot.
album
By a
ever
lot.
made. And it's also my favorite.
Yeah.
My favorites on here, listen, everyone says come together
Masterpiece.
something. Listen, let me talk about Maxwell Silverhammer to all you fucking haters out there
Hey, it's
who
great.
hate on Maxwell Silverhammer.
Bang.
I adore that fucking song, but it's not my favorite. My two favorites and my number two, Oh Darling.
Number
Holy
two.
fucking shit. My second favorite song on this album is
Okay.
Oh Darling. But my all-time listen, before I get to my all-time favorite Beatles song, Octopus's
Ooh.
Garden is my favorite Ringo song, always has been, always will be. I
Mine's gonna be
love the
Act
milks.
Naturally, even
Yeah,
though
I
it's a
love that
cover.
one too. I love the milk sound effects. I love the guitar tone on here. I love it. I love Ringo's vocal. I love the song. I Want You, She's So Heavy. Perfect. Here Comes the Sun. Perfect. Something is perfect. Come together, of course. Because is perfect. But my favorite Beatles song of all time, and this is where we save the best for last, technically, though not as far as chronological releases go, but it's the best for last. The Abbey Road medley is my favorite Beatles composition ever made, hands down. What do I mean by this?
Nice.
I'm talking about You Never Give Me Your Money, Sun King, Mean Mr. Mustard, Polythene Pam, She
Okay.
Came into the Bathroom Window, Golden Slumbers, Carry That Weight, The
Carry
End,
that weight.
Carry That Weight.
I wrote
Dude,
down as it. I wrote that down as its own individual thing. Carry that weight. Just
and it's part of a sequence of songs, eight
I
songs
know.
I think altogether, meant to be played all the way through. It's literally, it makes no sense why you would put short songs all together, but it really does at the same time. It's their best. It's my favorite work they've ever done. Point blank. Period. What a way to say goodbye, technically speaking, but not as far as album releases go. But this was their final recording. What a way to put all your differences aside and your hatred and go out with a bang. In the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make. That's the
Yes,
Beatles in
sir.
a nutshell. Next person, Abbey Road's my number one. Who wants to take it away?
I'll do it.
Go ahead.
Abbey Road in 1969. I love Abbey Road. I got to
Yeah.
say, my uncle Mike, he was a big influence on me with the Beatles. He shared with me the story that the album cover is telling because there's a story there
Yes,
that
there
not
is.
too
Yeah.
many
Well,
people talk
absolutely.
about.
The cover.
And I love how you guys brought it up earlier about Paul being dead. Well, that's what the cover says again, right? You
Yeah,
got
Yeah,
they're
because he's
fucking with
barefoot.
people
John's
still.
God,
Hmm.
right? John's God.
John's the
They
priest, right?
got uh, Ringo as the priest, Paul's the corpse, and George is the Undertaker.
George is
That's
the
right.
Undertaker.
Yeah.
That's right.
So that was the cover that my Uncle Mike taught me, and I'll always cherish that because he means a lot to me.
We gotta get Uncle
Uh,
Mike on here. What a fucking legend.
Shout out to Uncle Mike.
right? My number one song is "Here Comes the Sun."
Perfect.
Here,
Oh,
here comes the sun,
Perfect.
and
I respect the fuck out of that.
oh yeah,
Oh,
uh, "Come Together" is my second one. "Something" is number three. Just like that melody on that one.
oh God.
Perfect.
Um,
Paul's bass line.
yeah. My fourth one I want to say is Oh Darling. Oh Darling almost sounds like the Christmas song that they did. If you guys know what I'm talking about.
It's
Oh,
so soulful. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And
I,
here's where I give full
dude,
credit to
I love the
George.
Beatles, but I fucking hate that Christmas album. I never need to hear it
Oh
again.
yeah, me too.
Oh, God
Here's where I
awful.
give full credit to George. How goated does George have to be to where he wrote something and Frank Sinatra, in his own words, said, "You write them and I'll sing them."
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a fucking badge of honor, dude. From the mighty late great Frank Sinatra, who I love. I
Oh,
love
Yeah.
I
Frank.
love Blue Eyes,
I
man.
love Frank, man. I
Love
love the
Frank. I love
chairman.
the whole Rat
Love
Pack,
Frank.
man. Love. I'm actually a bigger fucking Dino fan. I'm a big Dean Martin guy, actually.
I
I'm
love
I'm,
Dean
I'm a
Martin too.
bigger fan of Dean
Nice.
Martin than any of them. I'm a big Dean Martin dude.
I love
Huge
Frank
Dean
because he's
Martin
just
fan.
Frank is cool, man. He's
Oh, he
just
is. He is. I'm a big Dino guy. I love Dean
yeah,
Martin.
man. But
Yeah.
what a compliment from
Sway
from
by
Frank,
Dean Martin.
who was critical of rock music, by the way. Frank, he was very critical of it.
Oh,
But
of
to
course.
say that
It
about
was taking his
George,
fucking job. That's why.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is George's album, man. This is his coming of age. This is where he cements himself as
Yeah, it is.
a prolific writer,
Yeah, totally.
and he kills it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go on, Luis.
Oh, for I made a top 10, but just to wrap up my top 5 here,
He's gonna rank the
my
whole
number
album for you.
my number 5 is Octopus Garden, thanks to Circus Soleil,
Oh,
and
so good.
all credit to Ringo, right?
Fuck
Wow,
yeah, dude.
he
Great.
just went from number 4 to number 1 on this track.
Octopus is gone.
Um, then my number 6, but I'd like to be under the sea, right? My number 6
Yeah.
is I Want You, She's So Heavy,
Oh
which
yeah.
is the second longest track they've ever made. I was
Yeah.
keeping track of that.
Want you so bad.
That Revolution 9, just all instrumental, was the longest track.
If you want to count the medley, it's technically the longest, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Number 7 for me is Because,
Yeah,
more
great,
man.
Circus
great
Soleil
harmonies.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah. Number 8 was for you two, Maxwell Silverhammer.
I
You
love
know.
that
Yeah,
song.
dude.
Love that song.
Bang bang.
My number 9 is Golden Slumbers,
Oh my God,
and
that song makes me cry every time,
Yep.
dude. Yep.
yeah, and then finally my number 10 would be Carry That Weight.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
I counted it as its own thing. It's so good.
The only
yeah,
song they all sang together, man.
Uh-huh.
And it's crazy how heavy and
Carry that way.
how heavy Ringo's
So
voice is
beautiful.
compared to everybody else's.
Yeah.
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 You hear Ringo more than anybody else on that, but it's
Beautiful.
everybody, man.
Love Carry That Way, dude.
Love it too.
Uh,
It's part of what comprises my favorite Beatles song, which is the Abbey Road medley. You never give me your money up to the end.
Yeah. I was gonna say
That's
shout out to that one, and um, She Came In Through the Bathroom, I heard, is somebody's favorite that I know
yeah,
too.
that's a good one.
So yeah,
yeah, the whole thing. You never give me your money, Sun King, me, Mr. Mustard, Polythene Pam. She came into the bathroom window. Golden Slumbers Carry That Way at the end. That to me is
Off the
one
dome,
entire
baby.
song. One entire
yeah,
song. Yeah, I know it from beginning to end, man. That's my
Off the
favorite Beatles song
dome.
of all time. It's their last song, and they saved it for last. Literally, only they could do that shit. For
Fuck
me,
yeah, dude.
only they could do that shit. That's what makes them the goats.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Period.
My favorite off Abbey Road is Oh Darling.
Love it. My number two.
yep,
By a lot.
My number two Beatles song.
Something I Want You. If you want to really get in again, guitar nerds, I'm talking to you. There's a dude on YouTube named Paul Davids. He's like the fucking Bob Ross of guitar. He's like this really soft spoken, amazing dude, and he just gets so deep on cool shit. And he did a whole video on Here Comes the Sun, and it is just absolutely beautiful, man. He tells you the whole story of how George was like outside. Basically, John and all them and Paul was like having a meeting about what was going to happen with the Beatles, and he was just sitting outside, just fucking off noodling on guitar, and wrote "Here Comes the Sun." And he's
What?
telling you all the chord progressions and what makes it so brilliant of a guitar riff. And it's one of those
Mhm.
things where you listen to it, it sounds easy, but if you sit down with a guitar, you'll be cross-eyed by the end of it and be like,
Yep.
"Fuck this, I quit." It sounds easy, but fuck off, it's hard.
I don't know
And
if you have I don't know if you have this on your notes, but I wrote John confirms his departure from the Beatles after this,
yeah,
the recording of this album,
yeah,
because this is their last
this is
recorded
it.
album.
Technically,
This is it. John leaves after this.
yeah, they had a big old meeting, and this is another one. I was gonna do this at the end, but I will shout out a podcast that does not need our fucking help, but I will because if you care, you should listen to them. There's a podcast called "Screw It." We're gonna talk about the Beatles.
Oh yeah, I like those
And
guys.
go back and listen to them, man. Go back to the beginning. I don't know if they still go or not. I know they quit for a long time, came back or whatever, but
Oh wow.
go listen to all their stuff and they tell you the whole stories and That's right. When you said somebody said Paul songs the grandma songs, that's what they call them. Paul's grandma songs, but you gotta love them. But they do every album and every era, and they talk about all the little stories and shit. And they were the ones that that talked about how towards the end of the Beatles, and we should get there later, not now, but they're the ones that they had a big old meeting and stuff, and they're like, well, everybody was split and going different ways, and it's like, well, I guess
Yeah.
this is the end. But but yeah, man, at that time, I guess George is kind of outside, just noodling on guitar, and right here comes the sun, and it's just so good. Here comes the sun is fucking amazing,
Amazing.
and it would be probably my number two if Paul wouldn't just crush it on "Oh Darling."
He killed it, man.
Oh,
And speaking of John, that's the one song John Lennon wished he would have sung
of course,
instead of
and I
Paul.
and I would take it too.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
to put together an album this fucking good when the
it's
whole thing is
perfect.
coming apart is insane.
It's perfect.
Because we
There's
just
Only they
listened to
could
the
have done
White
it.
Album where the cracks are starting to show, and it's just a mess. The White
Yeah.
Album's a complete mess, and here they are, absolutely damn near broke up,
And this
and
is
it's
the
a
fucking
perfect
second
album
coming.
front to back.
Yep.
It's
Only
insane.
they could do that.
The
Yeah.
cover art
That's
y'all mentioned,
crazy.
and they
Crazy.
and the reason that happened is they agreed to put everything aside, and George
Yep.
Martin's, they went to George, and George Martin said, "Look, man, we're gonna go doing this. We're gonna do this the old way. We're gonna put all the bullshit aside. We're gonna record the old way. We're gonna do this the old way," and that's why Abbey Road is so fucking good. It's
And
because
they
they did it the way they used to do when they were young, but they did it then
and they
after
did it
everything.
together.
Yeah, and it was after
Together,
everything.
man.
You know,
That is
he
crazy,
brought them all
man.
back together at that point, and that's why Abbey Road's so
Just
goddamn good.
that is why Abbey Road is my number one, man. That
It should be.
it's perfection, man.
It just can't be for me personally, but it should be.
They saved the best for last. Literally.
Absolutely, absolutely.
They just they
But it's
started off
not
hot.
last.
No, technically, yeah. They started off with Please Please Me. That was great. But to have this as your final album recorded as a band, there you go.
Welcome to Paul's solo album. No, I'm just playing.
Oh man. Listen. Kick off Let It Be. Or you want me to do it?
no, it's you can if you want, if you
Let
feel
It Be,
it.
man. We get into 1970. No, the Beatles are not a 1970s band, though they definitely count because of
Yep,
this album.
that's
This is
right.
their second to last recorded album, but as ridiculous as the history of this band is, Abbey Road came out first, even though it's their last.
Right.
This came out last, even though it's
If
before Abbey Road. A wish wash of emotions.
like this shit is ridiculous. I'm,
Yeah,
I'm like
this
at work. I'm stressed. I'm like, fuck it. I don't know.
in big fucking letters, I wrote the rooftop.
Rooftop.
And underneath that, I wrote Billy motherfucking Preston.
Yeah,
Put some
absolutely.
respect on Billy Preston's name. I've often in contention with George Martin and their late manager, Brian Epstein. Who's the fifth Beatle, right? Because Brian,
Oh,
you know,
you are in a contingent that exists that would say Billy Preston.
people argue Billy Preston, man, and
Absolutely.
I'm not against that, dude.
He's on record, ain't he?
He's on record exactly, and he kills it on this, man. Listen, to me, this album is special. Yes, the title track is classic,
Oh
but
man.
my top favorite songs on here, my top five. I'll give you my top five.
Go ahead.
The Long and Winding Road is in my top five favorite Beatles songs of all time. What a tearjerker of a song. I'm surprised Paul Spector did not hold him
For
at gunpoint for this shit.
for a very for a very
Like they
very
did.
very very long time, Long and Winding Road was my absolute favorite Beatles song of all time.
After that, two of us. Two of us, a tale of John and
Just
Paul
no, I'm
just
playing.
riding home just as friends. A tale of friendship, literally. And what a great track. Dig a Pony, dude.
No, Dig a Pony, bro.
Dig a
Yes.
Pony,
Nice.
man. That's my number three. Dig a Pony. My number four, I've Got a Feeling.
Oh, I love that one.
I've Got a
I
Feeling
got
is
a
my number
feeling.
four. Oh, man. But my number five is not the title track. Actually, my number five would be I've Got a Feeling. My number four is Get Back.
Okay.
Get Back to Me is just it's a masterpiece. It should it have
Oh
been their
shit.
last album? Eh. Am I glad this exists?
It,
Absolutely.
it feels like it should be almost in a way. And I
Yeah,
guess it's
in a
because it's how
way.
I know it, I guess now. But
Yeah. But every song on here, man, one after 909 is fantastic.
love it.
I mean mine's cool. Cross the Universe is cool, but those five songs I
Oh,
just mentioned
okay.
are my top favorites. And after this, Paul confirms his departure from the Beatles, which effectively confirms their breakup. It confirms the Beatles breakup, unfortunately, but yeah, that's a story for another day.
I'll
So I'm
step
gonna
in
give
on
it to
that.
you.
But
Step in on that one.
Luis said he had to step off because of
Oh,
battery
it's okay.
issues and
It's
such.
okay.
My favorite off of this is Across the Universe, actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And it's another one of those things where it damn near is because of a cover. Fiona Apple, of all fucking
She's a
people,
great writer, man.
go listen to Fiona Apple's version of Across the Universe. It's absolutely astounding. And it made me go revisit that song. And I love Let It Be. Let It Be is one of those albums a lot of people kind of, I won't say look down on or whatever. I don't know. It's
Not
usually a
me.
least favorite for a lot of people, but I love Let It Be so much. I've always loved this album. Like I said, I got the copy of it there. I
You'll be surprised where I rank it.
love
But
this
yeah,
record. Oh man, it's high. I love Let It Be so much.
me
I
too.
love this fucking record so much, man. Like I said, Long and Winding Road for a long time was my favorite Beatles song of all time. Until and I
It's great.
when I went before I got my fucking Yellow Submarine tattooed on me, I'm like, I'm going to listen to every fucking Beatles song of all time. And I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna just deep dive the discography front to back, and then I'm gonna have it done. And I did. And once I did, I came out with where does Long and Winding Road fall now? We'll see when we do that episode someday and go through all Beatles songs or whatever. Me and you both got a top 100 at this point.
Oh, I do definitely. And it's
I got to
changed a
work
lot.
on mine a
It's
bit.
changed a
It's
lot.
funny because I'm like, this psycho has a top 100. And so this time for this episode, I went back and listened to the whole discography. Said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down like just the songs I want to rank. And I'm going to come up
Oh,
with
that's
a
what I did.
20, 30, 40, 50. I don't know. Anyway,
That's what I
so I
did.
have my top 100 now. And that's where I ended up. And so
Yeah.
I'm like, I guarantee you that's what Jose did. So that's where I ended
You
up
know
too.
what's crazy? Top 100 is too little, too little.
It's
It's not
it's
enough.
about right for me. I feel like
Yeah, it's a sweet
I'm
spot,
getting
but
there. I'm
it could
getting
be more,
there,
but
but
100 is
it's about right for me. But yeah, man, I love Let It Be so much. I don't know where I was going originally, but yeah, Fiona Apple's Across the Universe. If you've never heard it, please do.
yes, it's a
Um,
great version. I love it too. I like Fiona Apple a lot. I call it Fiona Taffy Apples
it's it's
because I
something.
love taffy. I love taffy apples.
Let It Be For You Blue. I love For You Blue,
That's
man.
a good one. Yeah.
I love this album more than most people, and this is where we would get into the Get Back documentary on Disney, their rooftop
Yep. The rooftop,
um documentary on there that shows the whole performance where they're
the
interviewing people on the
recording.
street and shit, and they're
Yep.
like, "Oh, that's the Beatles up there." My
Yep.
two favorite moments. We were talking about this in the chat. I don't know if y'all want to stop or whatever. At this point, we're gonna fucking power through, I guess. But my favorite two moments of all of it is a I think they're I don't know what song they're in the middle of, but Paul is singing because he doesn't originally notice that the cops have shown up. And like John like
Hmm.
kind of like nods, like, hey, check it out. And he looks, he goes, woo. Once he sees the cops are there to shut him down, that shit fucking cracked me the fuck up. And number two is absolutely when somebody goes over there and unplugs George's amp, his guitar from his amp,
Yep.
and like George death stares that motherfucker. It like doesn't take his eyes off him, like death stares him, plugs his shit back in, and walks back and keeps playing. Like, you unplug my shit again, I will definitely break your fingers. That shit was funny. I love that stuff so much. Oh, the
That's when I
rooftop.
realized George was on demon time towards the end. Like he was not fucking around
George,
for real.
yeah, bro, when they unplug George's amp and he walks over there and looks at him and plugs his shit back in, I died. Like
That's when I
you ever touch my shit again,
that's when I
we gonna have
started
a
begging the
problem.
question, man, is George Harrison the true gangster in the Beatles for real?
Oh man.
Like he had to be, man.
But
We all
Paul's
look
face
at
when he sees the cops.
exactly.
Oh my god. I love
My
this shit so much.
the MVP for me on that documentary is the
Of course.
guy on the floor who's like,
Yeah. Yeah. Who's that dude?
I'm like, man,
Um,
whoever the guy is with the big ass camera in 1969 recording a POV of the guys
yeah.
from a
Who the
floor
fuck
view.
is doing that?
But
And of
man, he
course, the
caught it.
big takeaway from that whole documentary was in when oh man, I wanted to make this joke when fucking Luis popped in late. I'm like, oh, just like John Lennon showing up late. When John Lennon doesn't show up one time and fucking Paul's dicking off on guitar
Yeah,
and writes Get Back. And that's where like Ringo's dicking off and he starts joining in on drums and like George
yeah,
is like, fuck it, I guess. He shows up
yeah,
late but still before John and like joins in and like they just write Get Back all of a sudden because they're
exactly.
that fucking cool.
Yep.
Oh,
And
dude, and he's oh man, that
the
that
one,
moment is one of the coolest moments in music history. It's
and
insane.
speaking of rooftops, the one song I wish would have made it to Let It Be, but I'm kind of glad in a way it didn't, was
Yeah,
Don't Let Me
don't let me
Down.
down. Oh my
Which, in my
god.
opinion, I've said it again time and time before. It's in my top three favorite
Ugh.
Beatles songs of all time.
Oh fuck.
It's the medley, Oh Darling, then Don't Let Me Down. To me, Don't Let Me
Yeah,
Down is John's
yeah.
greatest accomplishment.
It's
Hands
gonna
down.
be a little lower for me because of the stupid shit I like,
To
but
me,
don't let me
don't,
down is huge,
specifically the rooftop version,
huge. Yeah, yeah.
the first take
Oh,
that's on the
absolutely,
documentary, because they
absolutely.
do it twice.
Yes, yeah.
It
They
is
do a couple
very
songs like
different.
I
Yep.
have it written down here. They do Get Back, Don't Let Me Down, Got a Feeling, One After
Dig a
909,
Pony,
and Dig a Pony. They
which
do some of those more than once, and I don't have the exact order, but that's the songs they play in the rooftop.
the rooftop version of Dig a Pony is the one that made it to Let It Be, which is
Nice,
crazy. Like
interesting.
this, yeah, the version of One After 909 they did on the rooftop is what made it to the album. And there's captions on the documentary that say, "Oh, this made it to Let It Be. This was the final take,"
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
which I thought
That's
was
true.
fascinating. I wrote that in
I
my
didn't
notes because
catch that little thing when it happened, but I
yeah,
don't. I probably did, but I don't remember it now.
yeah, I wrote it down. But "Don't Let Me Down" was a missed opportunity because that is my favorite John Beatles song. Period.
No,
That's
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah,
the
don't let me
rooftop
down
version.
is fucking amazing.
Oh my God. And Billy Preston, man, rest in peace. Another
Oh
closeted gay man that, I didn't find out he was a gay man till way after the fact when
yeah.
I saw the documentary.
Another cool thing that shows up on this is just how experimental they were.
Yes.
Like they start shit like sending shit to the studio and they're like, oh, we'll fuck around with it and stuff. And like they don't use most of it, but like they're still fucking with it
But they also stripped it down too in a way. Like they
in a
kept the
way.
piano. It was just, they got rid of the
It's
orchestrations. It
one of
was
those
just
things because I'm like a
simple
guitar
bluesy
pedal
harp.
guy. As much as I make fun of Morello from Rage Against the Machine for being a guitar pedal dude, like I'm a guitar pedal nerd too. I love that shit.
Yeah.
But like the one thing to like people that hate guitar pedals that are guitar nerds that are like, oh, all the Beatles need was a fucking guitar and an amp. Like that's not true, dude. They loved fucking with weird shit.
No,
Like people
exactly.
like, oh, Hendrix just, he only had like one pedal. Yeah, because when he was there was only one pedal made and he fucking used it. If he had all the shit we had
Exactly.
now, he'd use all that shit. Can you imagine Jimi Hendrix's fucking pedal board if he was able to
Yeah.
have one right now? That
Yeah.
shit would be
Yeah.
massive. He'd fuck with all that weird shit. Of
Oh yeah.
course he would.
I love Hendrix, but for a lot of different reasons, just because the drumming
Oh
is
man, of
phenomenal.
course. I'm just
Mitch
saying.
Mitchell's one of my Mitch Mitchell's one of my favorite drummers ever. I'll
But
make a point.
I'm gonna
I
pause for
will.
just a second if it's okay.
Yeah, no problem, man.
All
We had a
right,
brief
back.
pause
Sorry
there
about
for a
that.
second. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
brief pause.
back. Yep. The only thing I was gonna say was at some point I will do a ranking of favorite drummers because I briefly mentioned Mitch Mitchell. He's one of my favorites. So I might go solo if Kenny's on board because I
I could do
I
favorite drummers, but I'm not a drummer, so mine would be probably stupid.
yeah, mine. my list is very comprehensive. So I've been meaning to tackle this on because
It'd be fun though.
some people know who my favorite is,
What I wanted to do
but
was you and Nick, and like you do drummers, Nick do bass players, and I do guitar players, and
we could do that too.
we each talk about like our favorite of whatever the fuck we do type thing. That's what I
Yep.
wanted to do. That way we could
And
all
pick
be involved, and I'll talk like our favorite of whatever the fuck it is. That was my thing.
and pick a
Anyway,
song or album that showcases why or
sure.
what makes their favorite,
We could do a top five of each or whatever the fuck, and really
Yeah,
get into
that
some
that
cool
works.
shit. You know.
That works. Yeah, I kind of like that idea better
Welcome to
actually.
the meeting, everyone.
Absolutely. Welcome to the meeting. No,
Production
but
meetings.
this
You just sat
overall,
in on
this
one at the fucking fourth hour of this fucking show.
it was a fun, I gotta say, for just speaking for myself, it was a fun time going back to this Beatles catalog. It's always fun to go back, always a good time. It begs the question though, after listening to Let It Be, could they have made it in the 70s had
Oh,
they had
absolutely.
they had they kept it together, if that makes any sense?
Absolutely. They'd have
Because Let It
crushed.
Be is great. Let It Be is great. And I forgot to mention no George Martin, even though
Just
he
like I
kind of,
just touched on, man. You get all the technology and cool shit, dude. Can you imagine fucking George with a fuzz pedal, dude? Come
yeah.
on, man. They did some cool shit.
Yeah, but the 70s, I mean, the 70s to me is the perfect decade when it comes to
Give
music.
John
That,
Lennon a wah wah pedal. It's on.
yep, absolutely. But the 70s, I mean, Zeppelin ruled the 70s. Zeppelin was the biggest band of the 70s, but then you had Sabbath on the other end. And then you had other guys, trying to be in contention like Deep Purple and
Yeah.
stuff. And, you had, oh my God, forget it. So it's like, could the Beatles have made it? Yeah, absolutely. They could have had their spot, but man, some of the people that came in hot, then you get the punk guys in the late 70s and you get the Ramones later on. It's like, oh,
Yeah. They're
there's a
gonna
time and
grow
a
old
place.
eventually.
They're gonna grow old eventually, absolutely. But we wouldn't have wings, which is for a later episode, for a later
Oh,
discussion. But
yeah.
just know that as far as this Beatles catalog, yeah, I had so much fun reminiscing and just
Of
it
course.
brings back so many memories, man.
Of course. I had a little bit more of notes of such that I took down.
Yeah,
So
what did you have?
Ringo was actually the first one to go solo.
Yes, he
He
was.
was the only one to be featured on every other member's album. Like
Yep.
as in to say, well,
He was on Plastic
after
Ono
everybody
Band.
goes solo, he was the only one to appear on everybody else. And
Yep.
it goes to show, and this is kind of why I put Ringo third of the four, because like he was a glue to this
Yes, he was.
thing. Like he
He
has a
was.
separate talent in the sense of holding all these goddamn egos together while being one himself. You know, like he was the one that they all loved. He was a friend to all of them, man.
Yep, exactly.
He's viewed by a lot of people as the weakest, but I think
I
absolutely he's one of the
disagree.
strongest, man.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know,
Has the strongest character of all
you
of them.
got a fucking John Lennon, you got a Paul McCartney, and you got a George Harrison, all of which would become massive stars on their own.
And up a
Um,
late coming George Harrison, a late
yeah,
comer to the party.
but he still had some of the hugest hits,
I mean, his
had
first
big
album was All
songs.
Things Must Pass, which
Oh,
is, oh my
masterpiece!
God. Yeah,
I have that back here too.
I have it too.
Um,
I have it too.
have the vinyl of that, man. It's
Yep.
all masterpieces with that
Yep.
dude. Big hits and stuff. He had to hold, and Ringo kind of held all that shit together when they'd all kind of get grumpy with each other. They all kind of liked Ringo, and Ringo'd all kind of just come on, man, and like hold that
Exactly.
bullshit together, dude. It's hard.
Exactly.
It's hard being
Exactly.
that guy.
The
I don't
oldest
think the
member of the
Beatles
band
go
too.
as long as they do if Pete Best was the drummer, maybe.
No way.
You know,
No, 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 no.
he
I
was
don't
a
think those,
friend during all those hard times, the friend of all of them.
but those songs wouldn't have never made it had Pete Best stayed.
You know,
None of that would have been possible.
handling all those guys, it's hard.
No,
And I
I
wanted
don't
to
think
make a note of, go ahead.
Pete wouldn't have checked them,
No,
being their friend. He wouldn't have checked those guys.
no. Ringo was just such a good friend to all those
Yep.
dudes. Like when they all separated, they all went to Ringo's like, hey man, you want to play him and stuff? And they were still cool with it, but he still bounced between them and shit.
Yeah.
So
While having
he
his own
held that
thing.
shit together all those years.
Oh yeah. While having his own thing going on. And then real ones remember, too bad Luis is not on here, but when I was a kid growing up in Europe, we had the UK Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends on TV. And the original narrator for that show was Ringo Starr,
Right, right.
which he went on to do that. That's
Yeah,
how I didn't necessarily discover Ringo through that,
that is
but
true.
I had to go back and I was like, wait, is that Ringo Starr? Did not realize it.
It's very true.
But his
Um,
voice is so distinct that now when I hear it, it makes sense.
yeah.
And in America, I guess kids got Alec Baldwin.
Hmm,
In Europe, we had Ringo Starr as the narrator.
nice.
Yeah, America had Alec Baldwin.
I did not
That's
know
how
either of those things. I think I knew the Ringo one, but I did not know that.
crazy, right? Yeah, it's a fun fact. But
That's fun.
the original narrator was Ringo Starr.
That's
He
good.
was the first. The UK episodes are the originals.
I think I knew the
I'm sh-
Ringo. I did not know the Alec Baldwin. That's funny.
yeah, Alec Baldwin came a little after.
We need a Baldwin.
Yeah. But that's what I had in my notes. And then
Interesting.
Billy Preston did his own thing too afterwards. He had his,
Just
a
the
minor
short
resurgence.
time that they existed to do so much. What is it, like 8 years and whatever? It's
If that,
insane. It's
7, 8 years.
yeah, it's nuts.
Technically six, if we're
To do what
counting
they did, it's fascinating.
if Abbey Road was released in 69 and it was the last recorded, we're talking maybe 5 or 6 years tops,
Yeah.
which is even shorter and it's even more impressive when you think about it.
Um,
What they crammed in all that short period of
I
time.
think we pretty well covered who the favorite Beatles are.
Yeah, Luis had
We've
John,
slurped enough on that.
exactly, and we have Paul.
So at that point, I wrote down that the breakup, that happened in 1970, April 10th to be exact.
Yes, when
This is
Paul
where I
announced.
was talking to you and I mentioned the if anyone's still listening, fucking all this time later, 3 hours later, whatever, 4 hours later, if you're still listening, please go look up a documentary called Good Old Frida, and it's about the lady that ran their fan club,
Yes,
and she's the person that told the world that the Beatles broke up. She's important to so much different stuff. It's my favorite Beatles documentary out of anything that's ever been released with anything to do with the Beatles that's ever been released ever. It's my favorite thing. I love that documentary. It's so cool.
yep.
So much
She's
information comes there.
important behind the scenes for sure. And speaking of the breakup, a lot of people blame different factors on the
Well, I
breakup.
was about to list the four main factors. Even if you Googled it, I'll give you the four main factors.
Yes,
We
go right
got
ahead in order.
creative differences. John, George wanting to be main writers and stuff. I mean, you got that whole thing. You got I opened this up joking about me and you being the Lennon McCartney of this whole thing, right? Luis is like, God damn it. And Nick is like, hey, right? Who's the George and Ringo of those two? We'll let them fight that out because we're on
It's
top, baby. We're taking the
exactly.
credit for everything. No, I'm
We're
just playing.
taking the credit. Yeah,
We took over the show. We kicked Luis out of here. No, I'm just playing.
we edit the shit.
Yeah, I'll edit you out, motherfucker. No, but it's that whole thing comes up. You got financial disputes with that whole bit, and people wanting to write and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
George and them wanting in, power struggles. You know what I didn't mention yet?
What didn't
Yoko,
you know?
because Yoko didn't
Oh,
break up the fucking Beatles. Everybody blames Yoko, and
I
Yoko did
have a
not break
big,
up the
I have a
Beatles.
big question mark on there
She did
because
not break up the Beatles. She's
I don't.
annoying. They were
Yes,
aggravated with it.
yes, yes.
Chuck Berry's face when he that's a meme forever. It's Chuck Berry hearing Yoko Ono for the first time. Like, what the fuck?
Oh my God.
That's a meme.
Yeah,
That's like the birth of the meme, maybe even.
yeah, yeah. No, Yoko, I didn't have on here, but I guess
Because
Paul's
Yoko didn't break up the Beatles, man, if you know anything
no,
about it.
no. Paul's perfectionist attitude, which I don't blame him because he had to be. Somebody had to step up because John was like he didn't give a shit at that point. So Paul was like, yeah, yeah, y'all jump on my back. I got this.
Yeah.
We got a lot of bangers out of that just for him doing that. But yeah, John's mind was he had been out of the band a long time before the Yoko, I guess, came in the picture.
There's ready to go.
Yeah, Yoko solidified it. It was like, okay, yeah, I'm sure now, type deal.
By the way, the song Ballad of John and Yoko, one of my favorite Beatles songs.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just
Love
John
that
and
one.
Paul. It's
Love
just
that.
them.
And that's what's cool about it is Paul's like, yeah, I'll play on it for you, bro. How cool
He
is
plays the
that?
drums on it
Yeah. Comes
and the
in and
bass.
jams, dude.
Yep.
I love that song. I listen to that song so much. That's gonna
Get
be pretty
going.
high in my song ranking, believe it or not. I
I
love
had
that
that on
song.
my top 100 list. That's an
It's
interesting
pretty
song.
high on mine, believe it or
Yeah.
not. I love that song so much. I listen to
Yeah.
it all the time. It's one of
Yeah.
those
And we
songs I'll
didn't
just go listen to.
exactly. We
It's
didn't
so
mention the
fun.
past. We didn't mention the past masters compilation, but check
Oh
that out.
God. Yeah,
Check
past
that out
masters.
because
Jesus Christ.
that has all the singles, all the US singles. My favorite songs, She Loves You, obviously. Yes, It Is, which is one of my favorites.
That's where I bring in Don't Let Me Down,
Yep, that's where that
Ballad
comes
of
in for me
John and
too.
Yoko.
Yep, yep. Rain, Day
Yeah.
Tripper,
They paperback writer.
We Can Work It Out.
We can work it out.
This Boy,
Let's
what?
see. I'm going
And
through
then
it now.
the German versions of I Want to Hold Your
How about
Hand and
Sleep Dixie? Da, da,
yeah,
da. Um,
Old Brown Shoe.
yeah.
What else is on that? I'm Down.
Yes, it is.
Yes, It Is one of my top 20. That's really high for me.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful song. It's those three harmonizing. Again, no drums needed, kind of, but it's such a beautiful song that I had to throw it up there. And then
Day
there's
Tripper. Did we not say
Day
Day
Tripper.
Tripper yet?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
From Me
Lady
to You,
Madonna. Lady Madonna.
Lady Madonna. Yeah. Lady
Lady
Madonna.
Madonna.
I Feel Fine.
I feel fine.
I Feel Fine is great, man. I Feel Fine is Hey Jude. There's an extended version of
Hey
Get
Jude.
Back, which is different from the Let It Be version,
Yeah, you know my name.
which extends the ending.
Right.
Because the album version ends with Ringo saying, I hope we passed the audition, right? Because it's the rooftop version. And then the Past Masters version, it sounds like it's going to end. And then Ringo comes back in with that drum fill. And it goes for one or two more verses and it ends, which is great.
Yeah.
Which is great. I actually prefer the Past Masters version of Get Back to the Let It Be version, but
Yeah,
that's just
true.
me.
There's so many. Once you really
There's
dig in, oh my God, there's so many versions.
yeah, yeah.
So many versions to get back.
Revolution. I forgot about that one.
Yeah. And
Revolution. One of the heaviest Beatles
I
songs.
guess since Luis had to disappear, we're gonna save album rankings and favorite songs for a different episode type thing, right?
Yep. So Luis, battery issues, but we'd like to thank him, or I'd like to thank him for showing up. We will continue this conversation at the next one for sure, because he still needs to talk about Let It Be.
Right.
And then we'll
We'll
do the
drop it off
rankings.
here too before we go completely. So like we said, Lennon was assassinated December 8th, 1980 by
Yep.
Mark David Chapman. And again, another podcast that
Yes.
does not need our fucking help. But if you want to know, and I don't, I hate having a spotlight on a person like this, but if you really want to check out some cool shit, last podcast on the left did a really cool spotlight on Mark David Chapman and like the whole
Yes.
story of that whole thing. And y'all, you mentioned the bigger than Jesus thing, but it's even more than that because Mark David Chapman was a really big fucking oh my god.
I always thought it was the Jesus Common that
Rundgren, what's his name? Todd Rundgren.
Todd Rundgren.
He was a huge Todd Rundgren fan. He was like
Utopia, right?
obsessed level of Todd Rundgren. And Todd like met John. So this is like, oh, here's another thing I left out when in the big old lore of the Beatles is Lost Weekend for John Lennon. When Yoko like kind of gets rid of John and gives him off to May Pang.
Oh
Lost
yeah.
Weekend, that's where the Hollywood vampires and all that stuff kind of comes up. And matter of fact, shout out to May Pang for that because in that whole thing, like she's kind of the one that gets him to get back with with his original son that he kind of left behind there
With Julian,
with
yeah.
Julian, and Julian still like is very close to her because of that.
Yep.
But But getting back, yeah, it's
And
fascinating
Julie,
stuff because so Todd met John
Mark
Lennon during that
or
time.
John,
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mark. No, he met I'm sorry, he met John Lennon.
John Lennon.
And John was a dick. And he was ass fucked up because that's what he was there to do. He's getting fucked up and messing with a younger chick and having fun. And he was an asshole to him, and Todd's like, this motherfucker, he just rock starred me. You know what I'm saying? And that's where there's a song on a Wizard, a True Star, or whatever, the Todd Rundgren album. If you're,
Yeah,
I love Todd
I
Rundgren, by the
love
way.
Todd
Big
too.
fan.
Yeah,
I think
I
there's an
do.
album he had called A Wizard, a True Star. There's a song on there called Rock and Roll Pussy.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
about John Lennon, and it's him
Utopia
taking
as
him
well.
down, dude. Yeah, it's him
Utopia is
taking John
great.
Lennon down.
Yep.
And Mark David Chapman was a huge fucking Rundgren fan,
Oh yeah.
and he kind of caught on to that undercurrent of all that whole story, and he caught on to it. And he's like, he kind of turned on John Lennon because he's like, this dude's talking about imagine all the people and shit. Dude, you're rich. You got homes in like 3 different countries. Fuck off with that whole give up all your possessions bullshit, motherfucker. You're
Exactly.
rich. Fuck off, you poser. And he really turned out, and that's where that whole thing's happens. He actually
Yeah.
traveled to New York, went back home, gave up on it, and
Yeah.
went back again. It's a wild story. So if you want that whole story, it's really cool. Again, last podcast does not need me pimping them out, but I will
Yeah.
anyway because the information is really cool, and if you're a fan, it's worth knowing. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
I've made no bones or secrets about me not liking John as a person,
Right.
just for what he did. If you know, you know. I
Right.
won't get into it, but
Oh yeah, John's not a great
you know,
dude.
not a good person. But I do praise his Beatles work, and you'll see later on what I think about his solo work. But let's just say
Oh
his Beatles stuff is
yeah.
immaculate. I mean,
It's and you'll appreciate this probably or not, but I very much liken it to Husker Du, where
yes,
the two together are an equal powerhouse, and they are one, and they are equal. But when you separate them and put them solo, it's a lot different, and they were very inspired by the Beatles and stuff.
but John definitely needed Paul more than the other way around.
Right, and I feel like Husker Du did the same.
Yes, Grant needed Bob
He
more
needed
than
Bob
Bob
more.
needed Grant. If
Oh
that
no,
makes
yeah,
sense.
for sure. But
Back vice versa, but
you
yeah,
put him,
because
you put him solo, and Bob Mole just shines
Bob
all
has a
day.
stronger catalog.
And at
Bob's
the
catalog is
same
strong.
time, it's because Grant is so experimental and trying to do cool new stuff.
Yeah,
He's trying to do something so different, but it just falls flat every time.
yeah,
But you got to appreciate him trying to do cool stuff because he loves it that much and he's so dedicated to it. It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing. You
he
gotta
did
love
write
it, man.
the catchier pop punk tunes in the beginning. You know, the
Yeah.
catchier more alternative
Together,
genres.
yeah. Grant and
Oh
Bob
yeah,
Mold and Husker Du. It's
they
an
fed
equal
off each other.
force of just great. And he has some
Yeah.
of the better stuff in that. It's like his
Yep.
thing. But you put them separate, and all of a sudden Bob Mold shines, and he's
Yeah.
like he's the Paul McCartney of the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, we
And
did an
Grant's
episode on
just
that.
John, where he's just diving in. It's
One of
so
my favorite
cool.
drummers of all time. We did an episode. He's one of my
Yeah.
favorite writers ever. Same with
So
Bob.
I
But
tell you what
yeah,
we're gonna do. We're gonna just set aside a whole nother night,
yes,
and we're gonna do our album rankings for that. We promised
yes.
album rankings tonight, but since Louise fell off, we're gonna tease you. Tease me. How about that?
Tease me. And he's also going to talk about Let It Be
And
because
we got to get him to talk about Let It Be for you.
Yep,
So he'll do
exactly.
Let It Be. We'll do album rankings, and then we're gonna. I don't know if what he'll do as far as song ranks. Me and you, we'll do rapid fire through our top 100 until we get to whatever number he has, and then we'll go around the room. we'll rapid fire our fucking.
I will
song
have to
titles.
revise my 100 songs because it's changed a lot since the last time.
We'll get there. So that's what we're gonna do. That'll be episode number 2. This thing is on my computer 4 hours fucking long.
Oh yeah,
I
well, this has
know
been
it's
a great
not quite
episode,
as
man.
much as that. I didn't want to do this, but we did.
Yeah, it was a great episode all around. I mean, it's the
I love
Beatles. It
this.
warned.
This is
Yeah,
amazing.
this was incredible.
Fantastic. If you're
Always good to go back to music.
if you're a Beatles fan, this had to be good.
Yes,
There's no way
exactly.
it's not.
Yeah. Exactly. So
So
much to
good.
unpack, so little time.
So
But
if you went through all this, there's no fucking way, but thank you. And I know I love it. I'll be listening tomorrow. If no one else will.
yes, absolutely. I will
Because I missed
too.
some of this because I got up and used the bathroom.
Oh yeah, I play these episodes at work, so yeah,
Oh,
I'll be listening.
this is really good. This is legit. That's an
Yeah.
amazing job from you and Luis, man. Y'all added so much.
Yep. Thank you again as always.
Fantastic.
And man, we have more music episodes coming. This isn't
Yeah,
even
we're getting back to music in a big way.
what's that old meme, that old Dragon Ball meme? This isn't even my final form yet. Yeah, it's not even
Yeah,
close. It's not even close.
man.
It's not even close.
Um, we're coming back hard, man, and this is
Oh
just the
yeah.
start of it.
Metal's
It's
coming. That's for
oh,
sure.
metal's coming. I'm bringing back
Yeah.
some punk shit like we're supposed to. What we're named after, it's coming. It's all coming back, man.
No FX Part 2. We
We
still have
got
to do that. Yeah, so much stuff.
we got a lot. So.
Nick, where are you?
Oh, just wait. I'm working on that.
Exactly.
I'm working on that.
Yeah. Shout out to Nick, man.
I'm working on that.
We
Don't
miss that
worry.
guy so much.
It's coming.
But oh yeah.
It's coming.
But yeah, so I guess with that, I got nothing else unless you have something.
I'm good as good can be, man.
All
Thank
righty,
you,
man.
Luis, man.
Thank you, Luis.
And
You a
thank
real
you,
one,
Jose,
man.
man.
Thank you as always, dude. And
There you go.
yeah, for Luis, for Kenny, and for myself, this is us signing off. So have a good night, yo. Take care.